Finding those levels, too. Look at that four-punch combination.
It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing. A masterclass. And Shakur meeting him with a straight left hand.
Oh, and there's a knockdown score with the left hand.
Right now, we're going to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother, Just Due.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Just Do shine, busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Just Do boxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Just Do. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
Do you foresee yourself being in, let's say, more thrilling fights as you get older?
Basically what you're saying is, Floyd, get beat up and get some black eyes, then get your hand raised.
No.
Stoop to everybody else. Stoop to everybody else's level and be stupid.
When you get older, I'm saying. When you get older. Do you think
there's nothing cool about taking punishment, getting beat up, getting bloody lips, and getting a check. It's the coolest thing I can do. I can dominate you, shut you out, and make crazy money, and go home and live with my family in a very, very comfortable and happy way. That's how I like to do it.
Lifting weights and being strong doesn't win fights. Having great timing and being a very, very smart and intelligent fighter wins fights. I mean, I've been in there before with guys that was a lot bigger and probably hit a lot harder and a lot stronger. But Floyd Mayweather always has the remedy.
Okay. Well, 37 opponents had heart, and all of them came up short.
Speed kills, I guess, right? Watching you in person is a lot faster than on TV, man. How important is speed?
Well, it's not about speed. It's about smarts. It's about smarts, and it's about not getting hit that much.
Baldamir's a big guy. What are you going to do to offset the size difference?
It's not by size. Skills pays the bill at the end of the day. It's about being smart, and the smarter fighter is going to win.
Most guys I don't beat them with speed and power.
Bring the truth or tell on your ass what you're doing or what you're not doing every single time. You can lie, you can bullshit and all that, but when that bell rings, if you ain't put that work in, it's gonna show, bro. It's gonna show. Not to mention y'all in a sport that can cost you your life. Literally, you can die in this shit. So if that's the case, man, if you're gonna do this, don't bullshit with it. If you don't really want it, say to yourself, keep it real with yourself. I really don't want this shit. I can't put the work in that it requires. Walk away. Ain't nobody mad at you. Go out there, you young enough, you go get educated, get a skill, do something, man. But don't play with this, man. You can get killed in this shit, man.
What's good? What's good? Salute to the family, man. How y'all feeling on this good Thursday, man? Time is flying. It's just been a hectic week, man. But it's, we here. We back. We're going to build on this box and give it its just due, man. Everybody in the building, make sure you smash the like button, sub to the channel. Double tap the screen if you're on the vertical side. Support the build. We're going to get to it, man. We're going to talk about it, man. Let me say what's up to the fam before we even get to it. Pugilism, my guy, was good. Media press tour turn up. Yup. Bud on Joe Rogan. Yup. Keyshawn Davis. We're going to cover that one, the Davis. And depending on where we at, I might play some of the Joe Rogan and Bud joint. Maybe. But Jordan, what it do, my guy? Marcus in the building. Dank, what's good with it, bro? Cal, cool. What's good with it, family? How you feeling? Conor versus Regis at 150. That's crazy, ain't it? Chris, what's good with it, fam? Says it's going to be an excellent fight. Shout out to my homie Cal. BJ in the building. Roger was good with Regis getting stopped. Hey, man, I was just having a conversation with my bro about this. Shout out to the Queen Lisa. How you feeling today? Well, what's good with it, fam? Yeah, man, it's going to be tough. Jordan, what it do, my guy? How you feeling? Only UK fighters can get 2 on Netflix. I say, man, this is crazy, man. So, look, as y'all see what the news is, y'all see the title, y'all seen the news before we got here, man. Oh, man. Conor, get to the chopper. Conor. Him and Regis, man, at 150. At 150, y'all. Him and Regis at 150 is bogeys. I don't know what to expect from this, but look, man. If you ask me, I think the reason why this fight would be at 150 is obviously it got to be for Conor Benn. It got to be because he's been away from 47 for years now, and I think if you smart after spending those 2 fights, especially up there at 160. Packing on that weight and that muscle. I think you want to be smart as to how you go about losing that weight, right? And that was the big question, going into these fights with Eubank, like what next, right? It was some concern, from one of the fathers. I think it was Chris Eubank's dad, though. I think it was him talking about these guys potentially ruining their careers over one fight, which ended up being 2 fights. And the reason being is, you packing on so much weight. Usually, guys, you go up, especially as high as 160. You're gonna stay there. At least, if not, then you might could drop a weight class lower. But to go from 160 to 147 after not being there for years, it could be risky and dangerous. So when I heard that, when they read the report and seen that it was at 150 pounds, that was the contracted weight. I already start thinking, yeah, this is for Conor Benn, because it would be wise for him to kind of ease his way back into the fold, if you will, right? Kind of get himself back into the mix, into 47, but do it the right way. And I think this is an example of that right here. You know what I mean? You could expect maybe his next fight after that to be at 147 pounds. If that's definitely where he's looking to campaign at or compete at, which it seems like it. He told, Ryan Garcia keep his belt warm and different things like that. So we all know that his sights is set on going back down to 47 and trying to win the title for the first time, right? Ryan Garcia beat him to it. Ryan got the opportunity, beat him to it. You know what I mean? Think about it. He spent most of his career at welterweight. Conor Benn, Ryan Garcia comes from left field with the opportunity, snatched up the WBC title of Mario Barrios. That was another fight that Conor Benn was talking about being interested in at the time when he had the title. He didn't get that either. So, and rightfully so. He went up there to 160 to make the 2 good big fights with Chris Eubank. You can't knock him for that. He got paid both times. Now, since then, you heard about him signing the 1-fight deal with Zuffa for the $15 million. But what I'm hearing is this fight here with Regis is not going to count as the 1 fight on Zuffa. I'm hearing this ain't got nothing to do with that. So I think that's smart business. If you Conor Benn, you fight a guy with a respected name. You know what I'm saying? Regis might be on his way out, but you still got to respect him. You ease your way in there. You get the win here, and then you get back to your weight class. But I don't know. Anything can happen in these fights. Like I said, punch resistance could be compromised. It could. You just never know. And we've seen it with guys as great as Roy Jones, right? He was as freakishly athletic as they come. And Conor Benn, we know, not saying he don't have skill. He obviously has some skill and talent, but I think he wins a lot of his fights, due to him being an athletic guy. And when that starts to slow down, you become a bit more human, right? More easier to hit. You get me? So we don't know what he's gonna look like at 150, right? I get it. You saved yourself some trouble by not, making the full 47-pound weight limit, but nonetheless, what I mean, we still got to see how you're gonna respond, after dropping his weight and his muscle, having those 2 fights up there at 60. So it could be, yeah, it was you, Banks, Dad. Appreciate you. At least I thought so, right? Talking about how they could Zen Beast was good with it, fam. Tay was good. Regis better off pulling out so I could sub in. Sammy was good with it. KJ was good. Educated Jack in the building was good, my guy. Y'all hit the like, man. If you got a wrench, make sure y'all remind these good people to hit the like button, sub to the channel, support the dopest channel, dopest chat in the land, and we're gonna get to it. Shout out to my guy, Pugilism. Not an easy style matchup for Ben. They're gonna exchange inside, no doubt. We just get shout out to KO. What's good with it, bro? We just get started, man. We at the 10-minute mark. Hit the likes. Yeah, no, it's 50 of y'all here. Make sure you're hitting the like. I don't care what side you're on. And we just here to talk about it. Look, Conor Benn is trying to be smart, I think, by doing the 150 thing. I don't even know if to call it an Eddie Hearn special. I love Regis Prograis, man. Look, he overachieved. I think his best days is behind him, respectfully, right? And I just got to be honest. I think his best days are behind him, but at the same token, you know what I mean? He still got a respected name in the sport. But this is going to be a tough uphill battle for him. Make no mistake, they're not doing him no favors. It's not like they putting him in this fight to put him in a position to win. This could really be a tough fight, especially if you're a guy that's slowing down. You know what I mean? Your prime is arguably your window. That prime window is no more. That the window is shutting on your prime pretty much, right? Conor Benn, not so much. Definitely some questions to see how you're going to look after fighting them fights up there at middleweight, coming back down to sit. You know what I mean? I think, like I said, he easing his way back to 47, and that could be smart for him. I think whoever's idea this was, I think this was smart business. Regis, look, man, JoJo, I'm a little nervous for Regis in this fight. I'm not gonna lie. JoJo Diaz was rocking him, stiffening him up, hurt him multiple times. It looked very, very sticky out there, bro. And look, I know somebody that know him, seen him work, see what it looked like. He just not the same fighter, and I get it. You know what I mean? Your prime is your prime. You get it how you get it, and I think we've seen some of the best fights out of Regis right now. It's going to be extremely difficult for him to be that guy he once was. Just being honest, man, it's going to be hard as hell. Switching trainers and different things like that late in the game. Not necessarily the best move either, because I think the guy that you was with knew what made you tick. He knew how to get the best out of you. Like I said, man, it was disappointing to hear his corner threatening to stop the fight. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, I ain't never seen this. So I just don't think that good dude is a good fit for him, but it is what it is. He know better than me, right? But this is going to be a tough fight for him. If Conor Benn ain't compromised from fighting up there at 60, right? Like if he come out there being the same version of himself, the typical Conor Benn, it's going to be a rough fight for Regis. It'd be like 2 trains on the same track, because Regis don't use his feet. You're not going to be boxing and moving, make it, you're not going to be all technically sound. And that's not it. You're going to come forward. Conor Benn going to come forward, and they're going to let the bombs fly, and whoever land. But I think Conor Benn got more juice, no pun intended. I think he got more juice in the tank right now than Regis, if we being honest. He did have that really tough fight against Eubank in the first one. You know, he rebounded to a degree in the second one. He got the win, but wear and tear is real. It worked both ways, even when you win a fight, right? The punishment you sustain is real. So he got up out of the second one without getting beat up. The first one, he was getting beat up. They beat each other up for sure. So that's always something that, you know, you got to take into account too, man. He got that war with Chris Eubank in his back pocket, right? And but you got Regis, man, take some tough losses, getting outboxed, right? I guess the bright side is stylistically, he shouldn't be at like a huge disadvantage in terms of having to find Conor Benn or being able to hit him. Right? I don't think Conor Benn is the hardest guy to hit. And I don't think he's the hardest guy to find in the ring either. You know what I'm saying? So, but with that being said, just think Regis is in for a tough night. 150 pounds. It don't even matter if it was at 147. It's going to be a tough night for you simply because of what you've been through and what points you at in your career. You already is a guy that picked up boxing late. You know what I'm saying? So you came into the game behind the 8 ball. And like I said, in my opinion, I think Regis overachieved if you want to be honest. So it is what it is. But this is going to be a tough night for him. Conor Benn is inching, I think, his way not only back to 147, but back to eventually to a title shot. I think that's what's in plan. That's what's in store for him. Of course, he wasn't going to just come right back down and get one right out the gate. And obviously, like I said, 150 pounds is telling. They want to make sure he good. You know what I'm saying? You go drop all that weight and muscle too fast, too soon, and then you start getting your ass kicked. You know what I'm saying? All it takes is one night. So we seen the best of them lose athleticism, and that stuff gets zapped seemingly overnight playing with your weight. Roy is one of the best examples of that, and I'm not comparing Conor to Roy, but the circumstances in which, you put on weight, went up some classes, you ain't fought at this weight class, now you're trying to come back down. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy because his whole talking point was, I'm a 4'7" pounder. I'm a 4'7" pounder. Like, bro, shut up. You're a 4'7" pounder, but your ass went up there and got that money at 60. Now you've been away from, 47 for some years. What are you going to look like? Did the war with Chris Eubank take more out of you than what meets the eye? We're going to figure that out. We're going to find that out. And like I said, at least Regis ain't going to have to, go seek him out and go, he ain't going to have to search far and hard for this dude in the boxing ring. He's going to be able to hit him. So it's just a matter of how much of Regis still is there versus what Conor Benn still is at this point. And like I said, just if you from outside looking in, it seemed like Regis had more tougher fights. It seemed like he had a later point in his career, but looks can be deceiving. Maybe he could turn back the clock a bit in this fight. I don't know, but like I said, at least it's not a pure boxer he fighting, because we know how that goes. I think at least stylistically, there will be opportunities for Regis. It's just, will he capitalize on them? That's what I think. Conor Benn, as aggressive as he is, come forward, strong dude, but there's holes in that approach. There's holes in his game. He can be hit. You've seen it in any of his fights. But Regis, bro, Regis is easy. Regis ain't going to be hard to find at all either, bro. At all, man. So this shit just going to be a tough night for him. He better crash out in there, bro. You better go all in, man, because Conor Benn going to they trying to use Regis as a sacrificial lamb. I'm going to just talk about it, bro. I'm going to call it whatever it is. Hey, Regis, bro, they feeling like your best days behind you. They feeling like you long in the tooth. They feeling like Conor Benn could come back and get one of them highlight reel type knockouts on you before they, usher him into a title shot. I'm telling you right now, that's what's going on. I'm going to just be blunt about it. Regis, they think you fool, G. They think you fool. Yeah. They think you the perfect candidate for their guy, Conor Benn, to look good against, right? Because remember, they wanted to sell you on all this knockout power. He's so big, he's so strong, he's fast, he's this, he punches like a middleweight and, whatever. But at the end of the day, they want this dude to win. They want him to look good doing it, and they want him to look good off of you. Get me? They trying to set him up, get a fight that, get a result where people could go looking at Conor Benn. People prisoners of the moment. You know, the UK love their fighters. They see Conor Benn go out there and spark Regis. They ain't going to be trying to hear he long in the tooth and he old. They not going to care. They going to see knockout. That's it. Conor Benn, the best welterweight. You need a title shot now. That's what's going on. So they trying to use Regis Prograis as a springboard for Conor Benn to get to a title shot. It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's the business. It's as clear as day. It's just what it is. Regis got to know that. I hope he know it, and I hope he in a position where he could do something about it. You know what I'm saying? Nah, none of them 150 shit. 47, he wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Even 47. Boxing Dad, what up, man? Yeah, man. Motown was good with it. Yeah, when he wobbly legging you, it was bad. Shout out to Thomas. What's good, TD? How you feeling, my guy? He just wants to catch weight before 47. Yep, that's what he getting at 150. Yeah, he definitely cashing out. Forever G's was good with it, man. He got to do it. So there's not going to be any cutting the ring off. Yeah, no fell out rounds, nothing. Lisa just bang out. Go in there and crash out. So that's a Regis. I hope Ruger Root. You know we rock with you. I just hope you ready to crash out on this dude. You get me? You got to be ready to crash, man. You know what I'm saying? Crash out all over him, G. You know what I'm saying? And this is crazy. April 11th, they saying on Netflix. Netflix putting them cards out, ain't they? Putting them cards out. So Regis, man, you got an opportunity to prove some stuff, man. Whatever you decide to do, I hope he have a really good training camp, man. Hope he prepare the right way, yo, because I'm telling you, I can see it now. I can see it now, boy. They definitely trying to set my guy up for a tough loss, and so they could brag about how good Conor Benn is. You know what I'm saying? Regis has never been stopped, if I'm not mistaken, right? No. I don't believe he has. Nope. Came close, but never been stopped. Yeah, they trying to get you stay Regis. They trying to get you knocked out, bro. They trying to get you highlight reel. They trying to put you in meme land forever, bro. That's what they doing. Hey, Regis, I hope you know. Come prepared, man. I know you had some wars. You know, you've seen better days in the boxing ring, respectfully. I know that, but you got to know what you up against. They trying to get you KO. Shout out to my guy KO. They try and get you KO, G. You get me? They try and get you knocked up out of there. You can't let him go out there and do that to you, man. I thought Regis was going to try to do some bare knuckle. You know what I'm saying? He might have an advantage over there in the bare knuckle, but as far as, this boxing ring, man, he was a two-time champion, man. It's going to be tough for you to be able to do that shit again, man. I don't see it, but good luck, man. Best of luck to him, but it's going to be an uphill battle, man. When you getting knocked down and sparring, and when the youngins start to put hands on you, the writing is on the wall. You get me? The writing is on the wall. That's the best thing I could say, man. So I didn't see this fight coming, but I could definitely understand it now just looking at it and seeing where Conor Benn just came from. I get it, and where Regis is at in his career. I don't know. I wonder how much longer he plan to box, and that's not me. That's just a serious question. I wonder how long he plan on, giving it a go, because this gonna be sticky, man. This one right here, and weight cutting the weight to 40, be good for Regis. Hope so. I mean, but look, Regis been fighting at what? 47 these last fights, right? Let me make sure. I want to make sure I ain't tripping. I just hope he, man, he's just like, once you start slowing down and can't do the things that made you, it get harder and harder to win, bro. You get me? Ruger used to bring that heat, man. He just don't bring that heat quite the same. Got 30-3, got the 3 losses, nope, never been stopped. He got the 24 KOs. I mean, 37 though. Sheesh. 37 though. Got the win over Jojo Diaz, but he was real shaky with that one, man. Real shaky. 37 years old. Man. Fighting Conor Benn. Conor Benn is 24-1. Obviously, do they got it? I don't know if they got it. I don't think they got an undercard yet. Do they? I wish they'd start having these undercards together when they announce these fights. Oh, yeah, it's on the Tyson Fury card. So that we do know. Tyson Fury and Makhmudov. Okay, them the only 2 fights they got right there right now. Okay. It is what it is. It's on Netflix. As long as I look in, y'all, like, as long as I ain't got to go in my pocket for anything extra, it's cool. So we all know with his 3 losses, Regis, you know, he lost back in 2019. That was his first loss, a majority decision to Jack Catterall. That was a really good, Josh Taylor. That was a really good fight, entertaining. I went back and scored that for Regis, man. I thought he edged it, man. But it was a close fight, so I ain't arguing no way. But that was his first loss. Then he went on a win streak, and he ain't lose again all the way until he ran into DEEBO Dev, as they call him now, right? And that was a clear shellac, and that was a UD. But the fight before that, he got knocked down and didn't look as good either, right? So started seeing the decline a bit. Devin Haney beat him more convincingly than anybody still to this day. Fought Jack Catterall. He did get the knockdown on Catterall, but then he got knocked down a couple times too. Ended up losing a UD. You know what I mean? So that's his losses. Josh Taylor, Devin Haney, Jack Catterall. You get me? Beat Jojo Diaz. That was his most recent fight. But yeah, Zorro, right? You right. Dude that he fought, Danny Zorrilla. Yep. That he looked shaky there. Is that he got a split decision win. He got the knockdown. He got a knockdown early in the fight, but he looked like he got knocked down. They didn't rule it, but he just didn't look his best. You know what I'm saying? And that's a real fight. Then Devin Haney torched him for 12. And he turned around Jack Catterall, and they was going at it, knocked each other down, but he ended up getting beat by Jack Catterall, UD. So he turned around, beat Jojo Diaz, but he was getting hurt in that fight a few different times. It was shaky. That was tough. So now you got this damn Tasmanian Devil and Conor Benn that you fighting, bro. It's gonna be a tough night for him. 24-1, 14 KOs for Conor Benn. Has he knocked anybody out on the level of a Regis? Algeria was a former champion. He stopped him. I don't know. And Regis never been stopped. So he does have that possibly on his side, but this ain't going to be easy, man. This ain't going to be easy. Conor Benn's 29. Regis is 37. You know what I'm saying? They both close to height and reach. You know what I mean? There's no real advantages there. I think this just going to come down to Conor Benn being more youthful, man, and Regis just being longer in the tooth at this point. Shout out to Ann McQueen. What's good with the professor, man? Yeah, this is going to be a tough night. Specs was good with it, fam. And he played it too safe. Yeah, he did. That's why he didn't get that dub. But he did. He did, in a sense, mission accomplished because he had it so that people was questioning Regis. Yeah, he knocked out Algeria, the former champion. So that's that. Maybe you can give him that, but Algeria felt like he was on some shit too. So yeah, I mean, look, it's possible. I think if we see a knockout, obviously it's because of where Regis is at this point, because he got a pretty damn good chin. I mean, he can get hurt, but dude, he ain't the easiest to knock out. So that'd be a feather in Conor Benn cap if he could knock out Regis. He knocked the Rougarou out in the UK. We got to jump him when you get back to the States, bro. You better not knock out the Rougarou, bro. You can't do the Rougarou like that, G. You know? So, yeah, man. I ain't saying I'm rooting for Conor Benn, but I definitely think he's going to pull this one off. Blonde Bomber, you're a fool, man. You remember Conor Benn said he want to make that $100 million in boxing, bro. That's what the blonde hair is about now. I figured it out. That's what it's about. That's what that blonde is about, G. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about, man. One of them damn riches.
Yes, guys, Conor Benn here. Just finished training this morning. It's been a flat-out week, but I'm excited to announce I'll be fighting April the 11th, live on Netflix. Co-main events of Fury versus Magmadov against Regis Prograis. Make sure you tune in live on Netflix. Let's have it. Come on.
April 11th. There you go. The lieutenant. He a damn lieutenant of the Golden Lords from Meteor Man. He like an athletic ass Golden Lord. You know what I'm saying? Definitely run the Golden Lord posse. I'm telling you, he definitely one of the lieutenants or something. I'm telling you, one of the underbosses of the Golden Lords, bro. Like, cause I don't know, cause I be trying to let people make it. And you know, we got to clown just a little bit, but I don't know what possessed him to go play with that peroxide, bro. Get that damn food coloring out of his head, man. You know what I'm saying? He running around with the damn chicken pack of oodles and noodles joint in his head, bro. Like, out of all the shit to do, you did that. Just chill. Go get another tattoo or something, bro. Like, leave the dyes, the colors. Like, leave that for the ladies, bro. You out here bogus as hell. Nobody asked you to do that. Like, just chill. Just go out there and fight. Oh, now you look like a target. Hey, Ruger, bro, if he get in the ring, you can't lose to him. See? I was trying to let him make. Hey, Regis, you can't play with this dude, bro. You can't get steamrolled by a dude with blonde hair. You gotta beat his ass, bro. He ain't even a natural blonde. You gotta kick his ass for that. Don't let him get in the ring with the oodles and noodles, color pack, dye pack in his head, bro. Don't go out like Willie Lump, bro. I'm telling you, bro, don't go out like that. Conor Ant right now, bro. Look, right to go. Ant. Look at him. Man. Hey, man, Regis, man. I think you could get him, man. He ain't been knocking shit out since the you know what, since your situation. You feel me? So don't become a Vic, bro. Nah, it's holes in the game. He had a war with Chris Eubank. I mean, he ain't undefeated no more neither. He know how to lose too, big. You get me? He know how to lose too. You just got to show him how to lose again. You know what I'm saying? Don't let him go out there like athletic ass Cisco, man. Like I hear the thong song in my head when I see that blonde hair, bro. Just like you work out. It's like Cisco if he worked out and was from the UK. Don't let the UK Cisco do you like that. That's all I'm saying, bro. Don't go out like that. I'm telling you, I don't give a damn how hard he training. Don't go out like that, bro. Don't let the damn captain of the Golden Lords take you out like that, G. Like, we ain't, bro. Regis, because they trying to sacrifice you, bro. It took me a little second to catch on, but I know what they on. Do not fall victim, all right? We need the Rougarou to come out there and be a Rougarou. Whatever the hell that is, you need to be that. You know what I'm saying? Go out there, be that mythical creature, the Rougarou. Kick his ass, bro. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to have to look for him in there. All he want to do is go in there and go balls to the wall. All you got to do is get your shots there first. And I hope he could hurt him. If Regis could hurt him, this could be interesting, bro, because he going to get hit. He a damn Golden Lord. He's going to get hit. Bro got honey mustard in his head, bro. Hell nah. Frank, what is it? Got the yellow mustard head having ass. Nah, bro. You can't go out like that. If you Regis, you got to summon the Rougarou that night, bro. Put New Orleans on your back, whatever it is you need to do. Don't go out like that, bro. He only, one way. He going to come forward and he going to try to chuck a bunch of punches, try to overwhelm you and get you out of there. You got to land first. All you got to do is get your shots first, man. You know what I'm saying? Straight shots, straight down the pipe, Regis, man. You know what I mean? Go work on some specific, punches to land in this fight. And I'm being serious. I'm telling you, you got to get your shit before he get his. Because it ain't no other way. This ain't about to be no damn super chess match. It's not about to be a boxing match for the ages. It's about to be a war, I think. It's about to be a brawl. Like, you get me? So, Regis, you got to be ready. You got to have that mentality. Smart, spark his ass, bro. I'm telling you, don't be motivated that they're trying to use you as a sacrificial lamb to make Conor Benn look good. And I'm telling you, how I know when them dudes don't get a knockout in a while, they trying to get you. You know what I'm saying? What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. The last person he knocked out was Chris Van Heerden in 2022. That was his last official welterweight fight too. Yeah, 2022. I know I wasn't tripping. That was the last official welterweight fight, I believe. Yeah, Van Heerden. After that, it was a Rodolfo Roscoe, UD, Pete Dobson, UD, Chris Eubank, UD lost, and then he won by UD, and now he fighting Regis. So yeah, since 2022, you closing in on like about 4 years that you ain't fought at 47. But you ain't had that knockout since then. And, you know, since the egg shit, it's been no knockouts, it's been UDs. Nah, Regis, Regis, man. He don't got that, you know what I'm saying? Got that extra oomph, bro. Go get yours, B. Don't go out there and be no sacrificial lamb, man. Just Do is trying to tell you something good, bro. They trying to lie you. You know what I'm saying? But we know what they don't know. You know what I'm saying? No sensu beans. He don't got no magic olives. You get what I'm saying? No amped up eggs. Like, he ain't got that. You know what I'm saying? So you got your chance, bro. Go out there and get right, bro. Nah, you gotta go out there and get right. Regis, bro, we rooting for you, man. We rooting for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know they counting you out, putting you in here with him. I'm not even joking. It's gonna be a tough fight because Conor Benn gonna be looking to make a statement. Let's be honest, man. Boxing is about timing and opportunity, right? And right now, this particular time, Regis' career, you know what I'm saying? He's seen some better days, right? Yeah, he won. He beat JoJo. Yeah, but that JoJo Diaz, bro, that little ass guy, you get me? That little ass guy, I don't know about that, bro. So he gotta be prepared to just go to war. And I'm dead. I really mean that. Like, I get it. Regis like to go in there and fight anyway. So I mean, they styles should complement each other, and it's really gonna be a matter of because it ain't no crazy significant skill gap nowhere. I think the biggest gap, the obvious one, is age, with Regis being 37, Conor being 29. Get what I'm saying? 8 years, give or take. So, and the fights, Regis has been in some tough fights. You know what I'm saying? But I think he struggles the most with boxers. A guy that likes to fight gives Regis opportunities, like I said. So this could be fun. This could be fun, bro. I don't know. This could be a fun fight. He do got a chin. Conor Benn hasn't knocked anybody out since 2022. That was Chris Van Heerden. You get me? Ain't been no knockouts since then. So since the egg situation has been UDs, he's been outboxing people, oddly enough. So I think there will be several opportunities for Regis. My questions for Regis is where is your punch resistance at? Just being honest, like, seriously, like, where is it at? You getting punched with no headgear on, like, you get me? Like, where do you stand with that? And I guess we're going to have to find out on fight night, but I think these guys both can test each other. Regis' power should be okay. You know what I mean? Just fine. Because I think when you naturally heavy-handed, you can crack a good bit. So my question would be for Conor Benn, too. Do y'all think, or for y'all, about Conor Benn, do you feel like he's going to be compromised at this weight at all? You feel like he's dropping the weight? Anything can happen. You get me? Anything can happen. Shout out to Cut. He said, great poupon. Mike Kirkland, peace, bro. And I appreciate the love, man, and the super thanks, man. Shout out to Mike Kirkland. Appreciate you, man. And shout out to everybody, man. I don't know. Just got to address this real quick. I don't know what's been going on with YouTube. I've been getting messages, people not able to even click the live, watch the live. So shout out to everybody that be working through that. I don't know what that is. You know what I'm saying? And why don't be letting people super chat and support your boy. Yeah, bogus. Come on, YouTube. We got to fix that, man. I don't know what that is. And I'm seeing it on my end, too. I try to go to my live, and it kept saying unavailable. It'll show it for like 2 seconds, and it'll pop out and just keep saying unavailable. So shout out to everybody, man, that, you know, continues to rock out despite this, you know, having these issues, man. And it's funny because of not too long ago, YouTube crashed for a little bit. I don't know if people experienced that, but I did. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't even let me watch a single video. It wasn't for the longest period of time, but it was strange. So I don't know what that is. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know what be going on, Reef. I swear I don't. I mean, I've been getting multiple messages. At first I was like one here, one there, but now it's like got more than a handful of people that said that. And then I seen it for myself. Then my girl said it, and I'm like, I just don't know. I don't know what they doing. So we still here, we still building. We're gonna keep grinding. Y'all know how it is, but that does get a little frustrating. Shout out to Mike Kirk. Just remembered your message when you up here, man. You already know, Specs. I don't know what be happening. I gotta get rid of some of the moderators too, because I don't know how somebody blocked Big Dog Willie. I don't know what that was about, but Big Dog Willie was blocked. And then I seen a couple of like people that I know for a fact I didn't block. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Who doing that? Who the hell? I don't know who be just blocking people like that. That was strange, man. But let's get back to the cook, man. But like I said, shout out to everybody that's working through it and rocking with me. I don't know what they be doing, man. I almost feel like I would hate to hear the word shadow ban. I wouldn't even think like that because people still, but I don't know. It's weird, man. Weird. But we're gonna keep rocking. Y'all know we ain't stopping. Yeah, it been bugging. Shout out to my guy, man. Said that Regis throw one of them whack as air jabs to fight over here. If he pumping air jabs, man, if he pumping hella air jabs, Kyle, it's gonna be a tough night. Tough night. And it could be a short night for him too. Oh man, it could be a short night. Yeah, man, he been getting rocked a little bit. And that's why I asked about the punch resistance, bro. You know what I mean? He said Conor TKO by the 8th round. Hey man, that's possible, bro. You already know. Shout out to JJ, man. We're going to keep building, though, man. Yeah, man, what they doing, bro? Trying to lay us off. YouTube let me in today for the Real Boxing Talk. Shout out to my brother, man. Appreciate you, man. They is bogus. I don't know what been going on, why they been moving like that, but they ain't going to stop us. They ain't going to stop us. They might stagnate us a bit, but they ain't stopping. Shout out to my dog, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, I don't know. Big Dog was blocked. I was like, how the hell that happened? It was weird. So I was like, all right, I know what's going on, though. I'll fix it. People just going, I gotta rearrange some of them wrenches. That's all, because somebody playing games. But let's get back to the cook, man. So look, I'm here for the fight. I ain't tripping no way. It's just Regis is 37 years old. I don't believe he fought above 147. I don't think so as a professional. Maybe he has. I don't know. If he did, it was earlier in his career. Blue was good with it. So if his punch resistance, if he can take a shot, because I think Conor Benn will test him there, then he'll be okay, because I think he'll be able to fight back, right? It's not no real significant gap in skill for Regis in this particular fight. And like I said, their styles should somewhat complement each other. And with the way that they both fight, it should leave opportunities for both guys. It's just a matter of taking advantage of them opportunities as they open up. And, when you start getting longer in the tooth, man, the reaction time, the reflexes just don't be the same, right? You just see guys that don't be able to pull the trigger the same way. And if Regis finds himself in a situation like that, the fight gets significantly tougher, and he runs the risk of just getting embarrassed and beat up. You get what I'm saying? And it's up to him. So I hope he prepared, man. I hope he have a hell of a training camp. I hope he mentally ready. You know what I'm saying? Physically, all that stuff, man. I like Rougarou. I always have. Like his temperament. He's never been seen a guy to shy away from a challenge or a fight. You know what I mean? It's always going to be some rumblings about, any fighter and who they didn't fight. But for the most part, Regis going to get in there and fight. I expect the same April 11th. Fighting on Netflix is they're the co-main to Tyson Fury and Makhmudov. Them the only fights that I know so far that's on there. Hopefully they fill the undercard out pretty decent and we get to see some good boxing. But it's gonna be a tough fight for Regis. Conor obviously is about 8 years younger. He just had a recent war, but at least he is coming off a win where he wasn't getting hurt. Regis was getting hurt by a guy and Jojo Diaz that's just small, undersized, not a big puncher. You didn't expect to see that. And I think that's just the result of having a long career taking punishment. You know what I'm saying? And now you start getting hit by these smaller dudes, and you shouldn't be getting rocked and hurt like that. Like Regis in his prime doesn't get hurt by Jojo Diaz. Regis in his prime probably stops Jojo. You know what I'm saying? Probably stop him. And JoJo's pretty damn tough, but Regis in his prime probably stopped that dude, man. That's why I say they doing Regis dirty. Yeah, I don't really think so. Conquest was good with it, my guy. I don't look at it as they doing them dirty. It's just an opportunity, and it's at the point where you know how boxing is out with the old and with the new. Conor Benn, obviously being a younger guy, he just shy of hitting 30 years old. So obviously they're going to look to push him. There's more paydays, more money to squeeze up out of that limit. So you figure Regis is older and give you a payday, offer you some money, but it's going to be a tough fight. So, and Regis ain't shying away from it, bro. It's just where he at right now is my concern. You know what I'm saying? And I know for a fact, and I know somebody that sat there and watched him, he ain't the same exact fighter. So with that being said, he already wasn't the most skilled guy, right? And once you start losing those attributes, you know, that made you the Rougarou, just naturally your fights are going to get tougher. Because again, you used to be a guy that could change the fight with your power, keep people at bay, get these knockouts. And now those knockouts are harder to come by. You know what I mean? Guys got power too. And you being affected by guys' power. So this might be a fight where you ain't the biggest puncher too. You get what I'm saying? So you got your work cut out for you, man. Certain elements, you know, that made Regis is not as present as they once was. And that's obviously because he's slowing down. It's just being real. He got to know that as a fighter. Maybe it's best he don't feel that way. I don't know what he think, but he got to know that he's not in his absolute prime. Got to know that you're at the tail end of your career. It's just being real with yourself. If you're able to, you know, be real with yourself, then I think you can go out there and train. Maybe you could have a good performance. You know what I mean? Conor Benn ain't unbeatable. We've seen Chris Eubank beat him. Yeah, it was a war, but hey, man, he can be beat. So it ain't like you fighting some indestructible warrior or something like that. You fighting a dude that's coming off back-to-back fights up there at 160 with rehydration clauses, right? And he trying to inch his way back to 47. They're using you as a knockout dummy, the crash test dummy, the sacrificial lamb to try to make their man look good and put him in position to fight for a title in this next fight. That's what I see. So Regis got to play spoiler. If he's not able to do that, then he run the risk of getting his ass handed to him. And, you know, 3 losses now, you'll be 30-4, 37 years old. How much longer do you stick around and do this, right? I don't know, but, you know, you got a family, kids, all that stuff. I like the Rougarou. So depending on whatever happened in this fight, I'm going to be rooting for him, man. Shout out to Conor Benn, but I'm going to be rooting for Regis. That's my guy. But depending on how you lose, man, you're going to have to answer some questions, bro, because I'm not trying to hear that, you know, you go out there and get sparked or something. I'm not trying to hear you got 4 or 5 years left in the sport, like how fighters be. I'm not trying to hear that. So I hope he able to be real with himself. Hope he got a trainer that's really going to put him in position, man, because that last situation, bro, was bad. The Devin Haney fight, that was bad. Jack Catterall, that was extremely grueling. That was tough. These wars only slow you down. They don't speed you up. They don't help. You get what I'm saying? Especially when you're 37 years old. You know what I'm saying? So work cut out for him, but I'm rooting for Conor. You know what I'm saying? Rooting for Conor. Shout out to my dog, Blunt Sports. I know that ain't just, yes, sir. You know it, my guy. He's a gatekeeper now, man. He's in that space. You know what I'm saying? Just depending on how long he's gonna stick around, Blue. But it's getting there. Mike Ryan, what it do? 4 losses. Shout out to my baby girl, the Queen, Miss Just Dudes in the building. You driving? Safe travels, baby girl. But yeah, man. It's tough. It's tough. It's only gonna get tougher. He's getting older, not younger. Let's see if he can pull a rabbit out of a hat. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if he can climb this uphill battle. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if he can take advantage of the fact that Conor Benn is dropping down in weight now, right? After having 2 fights at a higher weight class. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. You know what I mean? He the new Tevin Farmer. I just wonder how long he'll stick around if this fight goes bad. You know what I mean? But he getting an opportunity on Netflix. So Tyson Fury is at the main event. Let's see how it turned out, man. But Regis, I hope you hear me, Regis. Don't let him do you like Willie Lump. Don't go out like Willie Lump, Regis. Know what I'm saying? They think you fooled. They think you had better days. They think you long in the tooth. They know you 37. They know you just fought Jojo Diaz, who's a small guy that had you wobbly legs on more than one occasion. And the part that makes me nervous is the way Regis was describing that. He almost was dismissing those moments as if he wasn't hurt. And I'm like, see? And then once you start being in denial, man, it get dangerous in the boxing game. So I just hope he's fully mentally aware, prepared, and ready to go to war, because I think that's the kind of fight Conor Benn going to bring. I don't think he's going to sit back and be super patient and calculated and surgical. That's just not really in his nature. You've seen him trying to be that to a certain degree in a rematch with Chris Eubank. And I think the only reason that worked in his favor because he had to cook Chris Eubank that looked like he could fall over if the wind blew too hard that night, man. He just didn't look good on his feet at all. So, Conor Benn was able to box and be a bit more patient and calculated in that fight. But that's not his nature, right? He typically likes to get in there and make it a fight, have a go at it, right? As he like to say, try to steamroll you and go right at you. Regis, we can be watching you air jab for multiple rounds in a row. Make sure that jab landing, bro. If you can land the jab, you can get some of them other shots in there as well, man. Hope he can get his jab in there. Get him with a good left hand. You might could, you know what I mean? You might could shake something up. Flossy, what it do, my guy? What's good with it, bro? 47, yeah. He ain't fought there since 2022. Chris Van Heerden. You know what I'm saying? And, special privileges. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Rumble, man. Shout out to Chris. Let's see it, man. Look, uphill battle for my guy, though. Uphill battle for my guy. What's his name? Regis Prograis. Well, let's see it, though. I mean, Tyson Fury got Makhmudov. I don't think Makhmudov got enough skills. I think his only shot is a puncher's chance, hopefully to land the shot and knock Tyson out. If that doesn't happen, he cooked. He's cooked. So 150 it is. Smart move by Conor Benn. Ease your way back to 47 to make sure you ain't too compromised, dropping too much weight too soon and get yourself hurt. So I think that's what that's all about right there. And it is what it is. Let's see. Yes, indeed. Boxing. Peace to the Queen Shot. How you feeling? So let's get rid of that. Something else I wanted to talk about real quick that I've seen. We all know Richardson Hitchens been getting like barbecue. Richardson Hitchens been getting barbecue since pulling out of this fight with Oscar Duarte the past Saturday. People said he talked so much. He did all of this. He looked good. Did the weigh-ins and all this stuff. And then he pulled out. People basically questioning it, saying it's fake. He's soft. He ducked. I don't even care about none of that. When the dude in the ring, he can box, man. He box his ass off. So it is what it is. Getting sick is part of the game. It happens. My logic is this, and I could be wrong. Is there a possibility that, a guy could kind of, I don't know, get cold feet essentially and have second thoughts and pull out of a fight? Is that possible? Absolutely. But what's the likelihood of it when it's a guy that is respectable, I think, in the sport, right? That believes in himself, of Richardson Hitchens. You train for an entire training camp for this dude. This is how you get paid. My logic is you don't fake a sickness to get out of a 6-7 figure payday, whatever it is you was going to get for this fight, assuming that it was one of the two, right? Knowing how rare those paydays are in the sport, I just don't think guys had a breathing room to play with their careers in that manner, right? I think that's a risky move, hypothetically speaking, if in fact that is something that he did, right? Oh, I'm scared of Duarte because that's what people saying. I just don't see that. Be honest with you, I think Duarte could have made this fight interesting and or tough, but that would have all been dependent on Richardson Hitchens, right? He's not Duarte ain't like he the more skillful guy. Yeah, he's strong, he get knockouts, but we all know at a certain level, those knockouts decrease. Ain't no writing on the wall saying he was for sure gonna go in there and just knock out Hitchens. So I don't see him being some scary ass boogeyman. It's none of that. Like, and the people that's pushing this duck stuff, I bet you they can't name a handful of Oscar Duarte fights. You get what I'm saying? So I just hate the fact that every time something happens and a fight don't come to fruition, somebody got to be scared or ducking. It's just ridiculous, man. Like, this is how these guys eat. This their livelihood, man. Like I said, people don't have the luxury to sit around and just not make fights. Get scared. Why go through the whole training camp if you was just gonna pull out? You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't see Richardson Hitchens being no scary dude. Now, look, Shout out to Regis Prograis. He had some very choice words for my guy, Hitchens, but I'm not buying that. I'm not buying it. I think he would have boxed Duarte, and I think he could have beat him. Simple. How tough the fight would have been, in my opinion, it's up to Hitchens. It's up to Hitchens. You know what I'm saying? It's up to Hitchens. It's up to Hitchens, man. It's up to Hitchens if he gonna make this a tough fight. But with him having to pull out, they saying that the IBF has ordered Richards and Hitchens to defend his IBF belt versus Landolfo Delgado. Landolfo Delgado is a guy that's been getting some generous decisions in his last couple fights too. But he can scrap. I believe it's a Robert Garcia fighter, if I'm not mistaken. Dude can fight. It's another winnable fight for Hitchens, in my opinion. But if you notice, if you look down there at the bottom, you got Oscar De La Hoya commented, and he said, "This is extremely fishy. I will demand an investigation." So they feeling like they man Duarte got a raw deal. They feeling like somehow that Richardson Hitchens got out of the fight. He wasn't really sick. He just was scared. Like they supposed to say shit like that, but I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I'm not saying that Duarte ain't so damn spooky that Hitchens is going to avoid getting paid after doing a whole training camp. Think about the process, y'all. Training camps ain't free. You spend money in training camp. And I don't know where his budget and what his range is in terms of what he's spending on training camps. But I played a video on the channel a while back, and I think it was Anthony Joshua saying he spent about $100K or something in the training camp. You get what I'm saying? Like, dudes be spending real money in these training camps. And for you to get all the way through the camp, weigh in and everything, and then at the last minute say, you know what? I'm so nervous. I just can't do it, y'all. Like, bro, you get me? And I'm not saying it can't happen, but the likelihood of it, I just don't see Hitchens being that kind of fighter. I need more proof that that's the kind of shit that he on. You get what I'm saying? I don't see that. But what I will say is this. However he felt, just my opinion, based on his past, you had a tough weight cut situation and rehydration situation with Lemos. We see how that fight was. It was, I think, the toughest fight he's had to date. We've seen that. So we know there's a history out there, right? There's evidence out there that you've had tough weight cuts or struggle with the rehydration situation, right? We see how you look as far as your cheekbones, and I get it. When you cutting weight, you're going to be skinnier in the face naturally. I understand that. But I think when your cheekbones is kind of protruding and then you trying to throw on the little glasses and shades to throw it off a bit, it's very telling. Shout out to Z. I think it's obvious that it's hard to continue to make that weight. Now, these dudes be saying, I think he was on record saying something about a nutritionist and eating right and all that. And if that's the case, if you have those things in place and you still finding it tough, then I think it's the writing is on the wall for you to go up. I don't want to be putting that on them and trying to blame them, but that's the only thing I could come up with. Like, how else would you get sick, mate, unless it was a bug? You get what I'm saying? Type shit. And that's unfortunate that happens too. But it's just seeming like, man, maybe going to 47 might not be a bad idea. I'll say that, man. I'll leave room for it because I don't have the facts to say that that's exactly what's happening. But I got reason to believe that I'm somewhere in the right ballpark because I seen the Lemos fight. I heard his reasoning for it. And I got, a couple solid sources saying he had a tough weight cut for this particular fight with Duarte. So you mix that with him throwing up after making weight and all that. Maybe you give him a break and say, hey, man, I think maybe you just it's time for you to go up. I don't know. Because unless you just got sick from something, I don't know what else it could be. You get what I'm saying? So if you're Richards and Hitchens, man, unless it makes sense to stick around at 140 and defend that IBF strap, if you're not getting a unification or a big meaningful fight, I'll say move up. I mean, you already flirted with the idea of going up there anyway. You talked about fighting the likes of a Devin Haney. That's the way you would do it. That'd be a step in the right direction, right? Being in the same weight class with him. So I think you got options at 47, and there's fights that I think he can make. I don't think you got to kill yourself to make 140 if that's the case. I don't know for sure, but I'm just throwing that out there as a possibility because I seen how you looked in another fight, and this shit is very reminiscent. In this particular weigh in and stuff. I think he had the glasses on for this one. I'm like, yeah, I could see his cheekbones, man. Maybe you probably just want to jump on up. You know what I'm saying? Go on up and make life easier on yourself. That's what I think. So Landolfo Delgado's not a bad fight. Not a bad fighter at all. But it's not no big fight. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying Duarte wasn't no big fight either. So that's where Hitchens is at. You got to decide, is it worth sticking around, making this weight and fighting these guys at 140, or do it make more sense for you to just go on up and test the waters out there at 47? I think he should. He got the length, the height for it. He got the frame for it. He'll be fine. You get what I'm saying? He got the boxing ability, got the IQ, the pedigree. He'll be fine. Go up there. Think about it. Right now, 47 is just not. It's not deep. It's not deep. It's thin at the top. We know who the champions are. You know what I'm saying? And those are opportunities for guys if you think it's smart. So I'm just saying, if your body is telling you to move up, which is starting to seem like that's the case, then look, you got guys like Ryan Garcia and Rolly are champions in the same division. Let the record reflect. Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero are champions in the same division. You throw Lewis Crocker in there, that's 3 of the 4 belts. Devin Haney doesn't surprise me. He got a title. Not saying Lewis Crocker, but like most people don't know who he is. They haven't seen him fight. So my point is, if you've seen Lewis Crocker fighting Hitchens, you think Hitchens could pull it off? Do you think Hitchens and Haney is a good fight? Rolly and Hitchens, you know what I mean? Garcia, like, you got to think ahead, man. So I think Hitchens, it wouldn't be a bad idea for him to test the waters out at 47. You've already talked about it. Might as well pull the trigger. I think Oster was good with it. I think the opportunity is right there, staring you in the face. I think that's your best move. Other than that, you're going to be stuck in a mandatory situation. You're going to have to satisfy that, spend another weight, another training camp, making the weight with the IBF rehydration clause or limit. And shout out to Kate Calls. It was good with it, bro. So that's what it boils down to, man. That's what it boils down to. You heard him already express concerns about fighting with the 10-pound rehydration shit with the IBF. One way you fix it is just go up. It's one way to fix it. Think about it. From 40 to 47, you get yourself 7 more pounds. You got some breathing room. You obviously have to cut less. You probably could eat more, which is something that I'm learning that a lot of these young fighters do. They like to eat, bro. And ain't no harm in it, but they like eating, man. These dudes like to eat, man. So it just might be one of them. I said he out there in New York. You out there with all types of food at your disposal. So, who knows? You know what I mean? But I think 47 would suit him fine. I think he has the skill set, ability, like I said, and respectable punching power to compete up there. You know what I'm saying? And I think now is the time. Now is the time. Don't tell me nothing about, I want to be undisputed, because I seriously doubt that's going to happen. It's going to be too tough to do it. You know what I'm saying? And you barely hanging on with your belt, because now they out here demanding that you be stripped. Oscar talking about demanding an investigation. It's a little annoying. I'm not going to lie. And look, I understand that Virgil's situation was very serious as far as health, but when he was saying he was sick, right, people had to respect it, right? You know what I mean? You had to respect it. Even when it kept getting a fight with him and Stan Jonas postponed and different things like that, right? We had to accept that. Wasn't nobody demanding investigations with that. So, look, it's not like Hitchens has a history of pulling out at the last minute. Just got to let this be what it is. This might be the anomaly on his, resume or in his career, right? This might be the one isolated incident where this happened. And I hope whatever he does moving forward, he makes sure he avoid this situation, happening in the future, right? If it's something that he could have avoided that led to this, then I hope he on top of it. You know what I'm saying? And I think the short answer is going up. You know what I'm saying? Vomiting and stuff like that. I don't know. Did you kill yourself making a weight? And that's what I heard. Tough weight cut. The next thing you know, you good 1 minute, then you throwing up. Maybe that's what it was. So go up, man. Let your body breathe. Y'all dudes, y'all be young. Y'all be some young men, but y'all be grown. Let your body breathe a little bit. Flex. Go up to the 47 and be great. It's welterweight. You got what? 72, 74-inch reach, one of them two. Long ass arms. You good. Go up there and box. You got a good jab, good right hand, good feet. You know what I mean? Smart pedigree. You can make it at 47. Booger. Crocker might be worse than Campbell's. Ain't big money or legacy fight. Move on. Ain't worth it. You feel me? Just keep it moving. We got 80 people in the building. Hit the like button, sub to the channel. Let's keep rocking. I ain't gonna keep you out here too long today, but we're gonna rock for a minute, man. So yeah. Shout out to Hitchens. He getting a lot of flack right now. And real quick before we move on, I think it's one video from Tim Bradley I want to cover. I think Tim was talking about this. And I get it. Look, everybody ain't gonna be as easy going as me, but I ain't about to waste my energy trying to overanalyze. Irony Boxing was good with it, man. I get it. He made a mistake, man, or maybe he did something wrong. You know, maybe he did something wrong. Maybe, you know, I don't know. Or maybe it's just time to move up. I ain't trying to make no excuses for him. Maybe that's just as simple as that. But I don't want to put no extra on him. You get me? I don't want to put no extra on him. But let me see. Let me get this video that where Tim Bradley was talking about it. We're going to get to it, man. Everybody in the building, hit that like button, y'all. Shout out to Dante's Boxing Talk. What's good with it, bro? Yeah, don't let him talk to you like that, Africa. Come on, man. Don't my boy Africa like that. He just will keep talking to you for hours. Yeah, you know I will. You know I will. The family know I talk a lot, man. You got to, man. You got to when you up here for 3-4 hours. Got to keep Butcher was good. Got to keep the crowd rolling, man. You know what I mean? Time to move up. It look bad the way in. Yeah, throwing them glasses on there, he ain't fooled nobody. You know what I mean? He ain't fooled me with them glasses. I said, you made it worse. You know what I'm saying? You made it worse. You look like you're trying to hide the weight cut. So I heard of some things. These boxing circles be small. Where there's smoke, there's fire. That's all I'll say. You know what I'm saying? And like, I ain't trying to put nothing on them, but come on, Hitch. We won. I was looking forward to seeing you beat up Duarte because they was talking like this dude was some type of world beater, boogeyman or something, man. I know most of those people 5 fights from Oscar Duarte. I know this. You know what I'm saying? But they vouching for him beating Hitchens or just knocking him out because he had, you know, some tough rounds against Lemos. I just didn't see it that way. I think Hitchens was going to box him and win. And how tough the fight would have been, like I said before, it would have been up to Hitchens. He got all the tools that he need to be able to box a guy like that. Box him, turn him, tie him up when you need to. Get the hell out of here. There ain't no damn puzzle with him. He's going to come forward on a straight line, and he's going to throw a lot of punches. Be prepared for that shit. And a dude like that, go to his body, slow him down, and beat his body up. You know what I'm saying? That's all Hitchens would have had to do. Always easier said than done, but very doable, man. Very doable. Oscar Duarte ain't somebody that can't be beat and has a style that, you know, just can't be figured out. Nah, man, you just can't let him have his way. You know what he wants to do. He wants to come forward, get close, and chuck shots, throw leather, and then you can't let him do that. You got to have an answer for him. Keep a long jab in his face. Hitchens with that long-ass jab, take his ass to school. You want to keep coming in straight, make him pay the toll. Make him pay that fare every time he crossed the line. You want to keep barging in and bum rushing and, you know what I mean? You want to, you know, Mexican style, as they like to call it, make him eat a plethora of jab. Have a
yeah, man.
jab his ass unconsciously, keep the hand in his face, beat his body up, man. A guy that throws punches always leaves himself open. Guys like that's heavy on the offense, they always are susceptible to getting countered or just being hit with shots because they so wrapped up into what they're doing that they don't be paying attention to the defensive side of things, right? They don't be responsible all the time defensively. And, you know, Oscar Duarte is one of them guys. He's not no defensive genius or wizard, and it's no secret as to how he going to go to attack you in this fight. So I'm a little disappointed from a boxing fan standpoint, but again, I'm a real one, man. I don't have no evidence that would suggest that Richards and Hitchens is somehow scared to make money and scared to fight Oscar Duarte. It's just silly, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude could have been tough, could have brought some pressure, got some good pop, some good power. But again, my question or my statement to all of these guys with this so-called power, like, have you knocked out a guy that's on the level of a Hitchens, that's as talented as him? I don't think he has. So I think Hitchens would have done fine, man. It was up to him. But again, if you out here throwing up and sick, and you got a guy that's bringing that kind of pressure, it's a risky fight to take if you're feeling less than 100%. So I think what it boils down to is the IBF situation. I think if he don't move up, he runs the risk of this happening again, because I think that's the only way to solve this issue. You know what I'm saying? It seems, you know, tough weight cuts. You shouldn't have to look unhealthy on the scale to fight at no weight class. Period. No weight class at all. Everybody in the building, y'all. I need everybody to hit the like button, sub to the channel, support the grind. Let's keep building. Shout out to OC said guts, serious thing, you stupid. Man, yeah, so Hitchens had to pull out. He wasn't feeling too good, man. Say he was chalking up, you know? And look, I was giving an example the other day of how things could be sudden, right? I remember waking up one day, and this is after me and my girl had tickets to see Shakur fight. And, you know, that was a good undercard there, right there at the Prudential when he was fighting Arnold. Man, I woke up, I was good, and then out of nowhere, my side was hurting. Like, you know, you go back to sleep. Man, my side woke me up. It was hurting. I was saying, like, how I wouldn't have made it to the fight that day. I was saying this yesterday. Yeah, I wouldn't have made it to the fight if my girl didn't give me that damn Pedialyte ice pop. But it just came out of nowhere. And sometimes it's like that. No rhyme or reason. I felt dehydrated. I was cooked for a minute until I, ate that damn ice pop. So, maybe Richards and Hitchens, you made the weight, you cut the weight, maybe you felt good. You know what I mean? Then maybe once you start rehydrating, maybe some shit went left. I don't know. But I think, yeah, it is. I hate it. I hate it bad, man. I hate it bad. Especially when it get to the point where you let it get too bad and you got to go get an IV where you can't just drink water and kind of deal with it. You got to, you know what I mean? Go let them get you with the IV. It's crazy. But so look, this is the first time that it's happened in terms of like him. This was right after. You think somebody going to wait right up until, oh, I'm so scared. I just can't take the fight. I'm sick. We going to just make something up. I seriously doubt it. I respect Hitchens enough to think more logically than that. Now, if this starts to be a regular occurrence, you pulling out of fights, not making it to fights while you continue to look, tough, rough on the scale, then I'm going to start thinking there's something to it. But right now, I feel like it's an isolated incident. It's unfortunate that in boxing, we expect people to be Superman, and when they not, we go crazy on them. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no way he got sick. Yeah, he was scared. I think he was just scared of Duarte, It's because Duarte so much power. And notice all they don't wanted to talk about is Duarte power, but they ain't say shit about no skill because they know damn well he not more skillful. So don't tell me just because he might be more powerful or pack a bigger punch, bring pressure, that all of a sudden automatically he wins the fight. Hell no. I was leaning toward Hitchens boxing. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that. But let's hear what Tim had to say because I know Tim ain't going to be as nice as me. And I get it, y'all. When you a boxer, and you shared the ring and you've been in the square circle, your assessment is going to be different than a person like me that I'm not a boxer. So I try to get these dudes the proper grace, and I'm not looking to go crazy on them for an isolated incident, right? I can't wait to see how he'll rebound from this because I feel like he getting a lot of attention, but for the wrong reasons with this particular fight. And I like to see how he's going to respond from this. Who you going to fight next? Is it going to be a Lindolfo Delgado? Where you look to go to 47 and just get that smoke in a thin division where you could look, you'll be somewhere hovering right amongst the top as soon as you move there. You got to think about that and consider it. But let's go, man. Let's hear what Tim had to say. Double tap the screen, hit that like button, man. We got over 80 people in the building. Let's keep rocking, y'all.
You thought your ass was off the hook, huh? Nope, you ain't off the hook. Nope. Man, straight up buster, man. You be talking all this trash, talking about this, talking about that. Can't nobody beat you. Oh, Haney. Oh, Keyshawn Davis and all this shit, man. And you had a monster in front of you, bro. And you straight up bagged out of the damn fight. You a straight up buster, bro. Straight up buster. In the hood, when you're a buster, you already know he's a pretender. That's what a buster is in the hood. Yeah. What they call it, a blusterer. That's what the dictionary. You a blusterer. One of them dudes that boasts and talk shit and trash and all this shit and then bag out. Yeah, soft as hell, bro. For real. Everybody can say, well, Tim, he got sick. Boy, you made it to the damn scales. It ain't like you didn't make it to the damn scale. Shit, Schofield didn't even make it to the damn scale. Shit. Your ass, you made it to the damn scale. Yeah. Oh, you was on the scale. I saw your little shriveled up ass. Oh, yeah. You looked African like a motherfucker. You sure did. They call you Africa because you dark as hell, but you looked African like a motherfucker, boy. You sure did. Yes, you did. Shit, I was like, man, get that man a damn burger. Get this man a burger, man. Your cheeks was sucked in. Hey, it was the worst I've ever seen you. Yeah, you tore down your muscle and everything. Your arms are skinny as hell. You look like frail, bro. Skinny as hell, bro. For real. You had a tough ass weight cut. That weight cut was tough. That's what it was. It was a tough ass weight cut, and then you went on ahead and you went to binge, and then you felt that, you felt that pressure one, because you felt that animal that was in front of you. You felt him. You looked at him. He looked cool. He was happy. He was like, yeah, I'm about to whoop your ass. Oh, Duarte was about to whoop your ass. Ooh, he was coming all night long. You didn't want to deal with that. You felt little butterflies in your stomach. You felt a little upset stomach. You start feeling sick. Yep, that's the pressure on your ass, okay? That's a normal thing. It's normal. But when you do it right, you don't feel that. You know what I mean? You're able to deal with that. But the fact that, you probably had diarrhea, you felt a bit nauseous, you felt a bit lightheaded. Yeah, because you didn't do it right, bro. All that, stay off of social media, man. Stay off of that shit. I'm sick of y'all fighters, man, already picking your other fights before you even have a damn fight. Yeah. Even Ryan Garcia talking about this person and talk about that person, about fighting Shakur and all this shit. Man, y'all need to learn how to answer. Y'all need some PR, bro. Y'all need to learn how to answer these damn questions. No, your focus need to be focused on who the hell you fighting, who you supposed to be in the ring with, my boy. But no, it wasn't. You're focused on everything else but your damn self and what you need to do, bro, and making that weight properly. Yeah, making it properly so your ass don't look sucked up like you need a damn hamburger on the scales, bro, and then pull out a fight like a little. You already know what I'm talking about. Straight up. Dang. That's normal, bro. Hard. Yeah, every fighter has fought feeling sick, feeling nauseous. Every fighter, bro. Yeah, you made it on the scales. So what the hell was the problem? You was cool when you was on the scales. I saw your ass smiling and stuff, flexing and all of that. Yeah. Face to face with this man, nothing was wrong with your ass until you got back. You start eating and binging and shit because, again, you didn't take care of your responsibilities, man, outside the ring, bro, with eating. Your ass looked bad, bro, on the scales. Dried the hell up. You sure were. Oh yeah.
Crazy.
Oh yeah. Before the fight even was announced, I was talking to my boy about how you looked on the scales. You didn't look good at all. Didn't look good at all. Man, I'm telling y'all fighters, man, listen to me. If your ass is making $500,000 or more, bro, or shit, shit don't cost much for a chef. It don't cost much for a chef. Yeah. Bring a chef out. Might cost you about, for a whole entire weekend, maybe $10,000 for a weekend or a week. Maybe less than that. But man, you should be having a chef cooking and preparing your foods, giving you the highest quality food out there, man. Yeah. And then, you ain't out there eating at them damn restaurants or hotels or whatever. You got your own personal chef. You put them up in the crib, put them up in the house or something, They bringing their food to you. The food that they cook that that's legit and ain't shit tampered with. Yeah. Yeah, it's about time. You need to level the hell up, man. Come and level up with your boy TB. Shit. I'm trying to let y'all know. But anyway, yeah. Don't, man, you considered a buster now, boy. You got to fight Duarte, bro. For real. To get the respect from the fans, bro, you got to fight Duarte, bro. You can't run away from this, man. Nope. You run away from this, then we already know what we assume about you right now, my boy. What everybody assuming about you. Yeah, you need to erase that. So you need to go see Duarte again, bro, and handle your damn business. But next time, come 100, my boy. It's called the sweet science for a reason. That mean spiritually, that mean physically, that mean emotionally, boy. You got to be ready. And you wasn't ready physically. I looked at you and told, and mentally, your ass checked the hell out. As soon as you start feeling them bubble guts, my boy. But anyways, I'm Tim Desert Storm Bradley. You already know the damn rest, and you thought your ass was off the hook. No, you ain't off the hook. You just like everybody else, bro. Yeah, I can know you, you don't know you, or whatever. Hey, bro, when you're wrong, you're wrong. You pulled out a big-ass fight, bro, and a big-ass opportunity, and you wonder why your ass ain't known, why nobody mess with your ass. Because of this right here, my boy. Anyways, I'm Tim Desert Storm Bradley. You already know the rest. And stop talking all that trash, bro. Because when things like this happen, look, we on your ass. Anyway, I'm out.
And look, man, I'll say this. Criticism to a degree is always fair. Like, look, Tim boxed, so I get it. He can have that kind of stance, right? Suck it up because he's a boxer that I'm pretty sure he dealt with some things where he had to suck it up. But this is the issue that I'll be having. Everybody ain't had no Hall of Fame career like Tim Bradley. Say what you want about him, right? Everybody don't box and have been professional and have those experiences where they can talk like that, right? So for me, not being a boxer, I ain't gonna have the same exact take or energy Tim Bradley is, right? Because if I did something too, and you pulling out, say I fought before sick and injured or whatever the case, and you doing it, yeah, I'll have the criticism. So Tim talks like that because he's drawn from personal experience more than likely where he's done things like that, right? Fought, got in the ring, being compromised or with an issue with something being wrong. So I get it when a guy like Hitchens is talking the way he's talking, when it's seemingly like the lights getting brighter for you, right? You get more eyes on you. You know, you got this fight that was seemingly a good opportunity, and then you don't even make it to the dance, and you pull out right before the fight after making it to the weigh-in and all these different things. And I get it. From my house, you know, from my optic standpoint, it don't look the best, but that's when you got to look at a person for who they is, see their body of work, see that is it anywhere in your career, in his career, where you could point to and say that this is how he moved, being a scary guy. Because you don't just wake up one day and you start just being scary. If you scary, it's gonna be evidence of you being that, you know. So some people say, well, what about the Matias thing? He didn't want to fight Matias. I think that was just honesty more so than being scary than anything, right? And again, nobody's spending money in training camp, you know, going through an entire training camp just to fake a sickness, right? What's the logic in that? You're not getting paid. You spent money. You know what I mean? You went through an entire camp, 12 weeks, I think they had. And now all of a sudden, yeah, I'm just nervous. I ain't going to fight nobody, but I got to still pay these people, right? Sparring partners, trainers, and shit like that. So you could have spent money for your training camp. I don't see the logic in that, right? Not saying that it can't happen, but if I don't have something that can prove that's what he did, I'm more so gonna go off what logically makes sense to me, and I don't see him having a track record of being a guy that is pulling out of fights and not making fights and claiming to be sick and something wrong with him and nothing is. I can't say that with Hitchens, right? Schofield did it, and I get it with them dudes, but even with them, I heard of something going on with his weight possibly too, and nobody never said nothing. So probably a similar situation with Hitchens, man. I think it's time to move it on up, you know? So hopefully he whatever issue it is, he finds a way to, you know, get on top of it and make the next best move for himself. I understand some of the criticism. Look, I ain't trying to come to his aid, but I just got a different approach, man. I get it. Hitchens, how you going to respond from this? Because everybody feeling like it wasn't what it was. So what you do, if I'm Hitchens, man, I'll be asking for this fight. Still this fight, though. I really would. If I had anything but the IBF ordering, Lindolfo. So, but if I'm Hitchens, man, I'll make a statement and make it clear that I still want to fight this dude. You know what I mean? And that would put that to bed. You get what I'm saying? That would put all that to bed. But we'll see what he do from here. We'll see what comes of this, man. But it is what it is. Let's keep rolling, man. Let's keep rolling, man. Something I definitely think I wanted to bring up, man. We're going to talk about this. I'm going to play his interview from Akin Barak. We about to get into that. Keyshawn, the businessman, or the amazing, whichever one you want to call him. I like this move right here, man. I just like to see guys call other fighters out if they really going to be about that action. I think Keyshawn a real one. I hear people with the Devin Haney shit. They thought it was clout chasing. And he really didn't want to fight and blah blah blah. I'm not one of them guys that think that. I think he's a legit guy. You give him the opportunity, I think he'll take it. I like the fact that he said something about never mind the DEEBO dev stuff, but the fact that he's speaking to another real one, in my opinion, Lamont Roach, that I think is willing to take chances and fight guys. So him to say, what's up with it, G, tag him. I like it, you know what I mean? Because it seems like Devin Haney fight ain't going to happen. Keyshawn tweeted, since DEEBO's scary and never stood on his word, said, you trying to fight me? He responded, you know what I mean? He said, this is what I like right here. So they got a little back and forth about them fighting each other, man. Keyshawn Davis think Devin Haney trying to duck, so he calls out Lamont Roach, and this is this. So Look, I like these fights, man. The young guys, I just want to see dudes fight good, meaningful fights. Lamont Roach put his name in a different conversation when he fought so well against Tank. Even though he coming off back-to-back draws, I still think he's a quality guy in the sport. You might didn't win, but you ain't lose either. So a draw ain't a loss. He's still a quality fighter. I think he made a lot more people a believer after seeing him against Tank. So maybe some people jumped off the bandwagon since the Pitbull Cruz draw. Who knows? But for the ones that rock with Lamont, then you still rock with him now. Win, lose, or draw, it's not that big a deal. This would be a good fight if it could happen. Like I said, I don't think Keyshawn will be at 47 in his next fight. I don't think Devin Haney has that on the top of the list, right? There's ways to go about it, and I just don't know if they want that fight. I'm not saying they're scared of it or not, but they might be planning on doing something else, whether that is trying to unify 47 and or possibly take a shot at a guy at 54, you know? So I think that's what it boils down to. I think their options aren't to get in there with, or their priority is not getting in there with Keyshawn Davis next, right? It's a fight that I think they know people will get behind and entertain it, but I don't think that's something that they're trying to do right now. Say what you want about Keyshawn, but until somebody, offer him a fight or a fight is on the table and he's turn it down and walk away from it, I ain't trying to hear no duck talk. I don't think Devin is ducking per se, but I think he about to do whatever his plans was. And even though he had Keyshawn Davis' name on his hit list, I don't think he's high up on that hit list. Like in terms of prioritizing fights, I don't see it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got that one too. I had it. I had that clip you sent me, I believe. Thought I responded to you. Yeah, I'm gonna get to it too. Feel like the heavier Keyshawn gets, the better you get. Man, look, he's good. Big B Low was good with it. Ken Lamont be good. Pooh was good with it. I don't know, man. Hey, damn sure ain't lose. Shout out to Duarte. So Lamont Roach had a good year. Him versus Keyshawn is good. The objective fan, my dog. Ghost Dog was good. Yeah, got you, Queen, for sure. Yeah, we be thinking of like I had that clip downloaded. You know what I'm saying? I got you. So look, I ain't gonna drag this out. I just want to make sure I hit the points. We're gonna build for a bit more. We're gonna cover this interview and that clip for sure. So look, guys are all, I said this before, they all trying to find fights and make the best fights for themselves. In the effort to do so, it's gonna be some call outs that don't happen, but that's boxing, bro. People be overreacting. What I care more about is that every time I seen Keyshawn perform, he stood on business and he brings a certain, consistency to the ring and level. You know what I'm saying? Skill, talent, IQ, combination of things. Phenomenal fighter to watch live or in person if you ever seen him. Very fun to watch. You get me? He's standing on business. Devin, standing on business. Like all the clout and, this one is ducking this. Nah, dudes is trying to see what fights they can make happen for themselves. And it's just as simple as that. And until I see that guys are being put in situations where fights are on the table and they walking away from them and or leaving offers on the table or rejecting fights, you know what I mean? Until then, that's all this is, man. People trying to figure out what fight they can make for themselves, how the fans respond, what the business is like, and if it makes sense for them. That's all this is, man. It's people trying to rush the judgment and make it to seem like DEEBO Dev is really DEEBO and everybody is going the other way. That's not the case, bro. Y'all ran this play for years. That shit old. It's played out. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying the duck narrative with nobody. I think it's just a matter of time before some of these fights get made, and the order in which they get made is up to these dudes prioritizing what fights they want more than others. That's simple and plain. You get me? So I like Keyshawn. I love the energy. I think he's great for boxing. I think he got the right type of temperament, attitude, and he got the right set of tools in there, man. He's fun to watch. So I think he legit, man. You got to show me otherwise. If you can beat him, get in the ring and beat him. You know what I'm saying? That's all. I'm shout out to Motown. So let's get to this joint from Keyshawn though, man. He did a sit down with Ak and Barack. They always do good work, by the way. They I think I reacted to one of their joints yesterday too. Let me pull this up, y'all. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit that like button. Since Robert Garcia talking, you're gonna have to watch Delgado and get stopped. Duarte was in there, yeah, because that's Keyshawn, I think. I'm not Keyshawn. Richardson Hitchens, I think, could beat Delgado. If they ordered that fight and it was to happen next, I got Key beating him. Keyshawn beating him. He won't. I don't think he'll be able to get a gift against him. That fight will go in a totally different manner for his ass. Hold on, yeah. Let me get this pulled up real quick. Let me get to this. Unpopular opinion of someone seeing your contract. Not even because of Duck. Like you ain't gonna send a contract first. My thing is, if the fight is on the table for you and you walk away, you choose it, like it's a real opportunity for you and you walk away from it. I understand, like, before a contract, it's gonna be discussions and stuff before any contracts get sent out. But ducking is, to me, it'd be very obvious. It's like avoiding the opposition when given an opportunity. Like, for example, right? Say the way Keyshawn is calling Devin out for smoke. Now, let's say because you see Devin has a relationship with Turkey, obviously, right? That's where his last opportunity came from. Let's say if Turkey comes out and he makes it known that he is too interested in this fight, and he lets you know that he's willing to put it on. Devin come out and publicly say yeah, and then they put the ball in Keyshawn court. If he's with it, then they proceed from there, and he go do something else or go in another direction. By that standards, just that to me would be a duck. That's avoiding smoke. That's like going in the other direction. But the problem is, a lot of times when these fighters are calling each other out, it's one thing to call each other out, but do the networks want that fight, or are they trying to put this fight together, right? It's things to consider. Like, we just be expecting just because a guy got called out, oh man, you called him out, you got to fight him now. It just don't go like that. You get me? But like I said, there are examples out there where guys have opportunity to take on certain challenges and they choose to go in other directions. Those guys, to me, by definition, can be labeled ducks. I'm not big on that narrative because I think, with the right money, guys are going to get in there and fight. For some of the money that these dudes making, I will get in there and fight these dudes. You understand what I'm saying? So don't tell me, and I don't train 5 days, 6 days a week or whatever it is. This is not my profession. And I'm telling you right now, I'll be willing to get in there for some of the money that these guys make. I'll be willing to get in there right now and fight one of these dudes. So with them being guys that do it, train to do this shit, I'm pretty sure, and they getting paid the right way to do it, I just don't see them not wanting to fight. Now, there are some cases where guys are going, maybe the blowback. For the most part, I think the duck narrative is just something that's overused. It really is. And in most cases, it don't even be about ducking as much as it be about business maybe not making sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, when somebody clearly don't want to fight, time reveals that. It get exposed over time. Like, you get me? You're going to be able to see it. You're going to be able to tell, oh, this guy clearly not trying to, you know what I'm saying? You can see that shit. But it's just tough, man. People think everything is ducking. And I just know people don't be. I'm telling you, bro, I'm getting in there for that bag, man. Timing was perfect. Conor Benn, Shakur, Bovels, Eddie. Yeah, and then the problem with that fight, why it ain't happen now, we see that you got, what's the name? Oscar De La Hoya dragging his ass on the entire fight. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But everybody in the building, hit that like button, y'all. We're going to rock out. We're going to get through this interview. I'm going to cover the clip that the Queen asked me. I got that in the cut for you. You know what I mean? I had it before you even sent it, too, because it's something that I was going to cover anyway. So we was on the same wavelength. Trust me. I got you. But let's get to this, man. I'm going to try not to stop it too much. Just let him rock out.
Shakur. And it's a coach that I've been knowing since a kid. His name is Coach Ron. And he was just watching me.
All right.
What? The Amazing.
The Amazing.
The Amazing.
Where does that come from? Talk about
You
that.
already
Honestly,
know.
just getting
Aaron
back
is
in, because I
Karen.
know I had a little layoff. So
Yeah.
get back into the sport. I was training around Shakur, and it's a coach that I've been knowing since a kid. His name is Coach Ron, and he was just watching me work from a distance and helping me out here and there. And I sparred one day, and he was like, "Man, bro, you amazing, man. Like what you do is just amazing." He said, "Man, I'm gonna start calling you The Amazing, Keyshawn, The Amazing." So I'm like, "Man, I like that." So I just changed it to The.
To The
so
Amazing, and it's stuck.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, congrats on your last performance against Jermaine Ortiz. Phenomenal performance.
Thank you.
And I know that Shakur and Teofimo's fight was the main event, and they got a lot of light shed on it. And I know, you just coming back off your layoff, but I think that people didn't talk enough about that performance because Jermaine obviously hadn't been stopped, right?
Right.
His 2 losses were close fights against
Pound for
arguably
pound
one of the
guys.
best fighters in the world at that time, which is Loma. You know what I'm saying? And Teofimo. Do you like when you approach an opponent, right, and you know that he hasn't been stopped? Is that your goal? Like, I want to be the first dude to stop this guy.
Honestly, bro, like my goals is never based on the media.
Okay.
My goals is just based on like what I feel that I need to do, and every time I go in there with a fighter, I feel like I can stop them. So I just go in there and make that the objective. Like, I'm about to stop you. You know what I'm saying? But this time, my goal was just really, honestly, getting back in the ring was just showing everybody that I'm a God-fearing man. You know what I'm saying? That was really just my goal. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, I did that.
You think you strayed away from God for a while because now you've been very vocal about being connected to God. You're a man of church now, but then you also talked about going to church when we were younger. So when did was there a disconnection with God, and when was that? When did that happen?
Like, truth be told, honestly, like, before June had happened and stuff like that, like, I was still, like, off and on, like, with the marijuana. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, when I was using, that's where the disconnect had happened, honestly. So, thank God I ain't smoked in a very long time.
Yeah.
Like, honestly. And now I'm never disconnected with him. You know what I'm saying? I'm always staying connected. I always try to do my due diligence and just giving my time back to him because he ain't had to wake me up this morning. You know what I'm saying? So every day I just try to make sure I give my time back to him, especially now that I'm always, like, clear-headed.
So were you smoking all through your amateur career as well?
Basically. Like, I'm a guy that came from, like, mental health, and before I even got on the team, I was, in the mental home, and I was on, like, real depressant medication.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? And when I got off the depressant medication, the first thing I started doing was smoking. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to be honest, like, I was just smoking basically damn my whole life. Like, you know what I'm saying? So this is, like, now the times where I'm actually starting to really change my life. And it's still a challenge every day, we in Vegas, I live in Vegas, so I still walk past, I smell the smoke and this, that, third, but it just reminds me of, like, Key, you trying to be great, and at the end of the day, being great isn't easy.
So how'd you pass all of these drug tests? As a pro, though?
When I was still fighting?
Yeah.
Because, like, in camp, I just cut it off. Every time I was in camp, I cut it off. It was
and
hard,
you was able
though.
to do,
it was
hard,
definitely
though.
hard, bro. Like, like the night you're at camp, like, I didn't cut it off. I was smoking to the fight. Because I thought I could, like, not the Baranchik, but the De Los Santos fight in camp. Like, I probably cut it off no, I did cut it off because they was testing in camp. So I probably cut off like a month out because they started testing in camp. You know what I'm saying? And, it was hard, bro, but it really, like, boxing or VADA, like, forced me, like, yo, if you don't cut it off, you gonna get popped, you know what I'm saying?
How you smoking? You around dudes that don't smoke. Right. Like Terrence. You around dudes that don't smoke. What are you doing? You going away?
I'm not them and they not me.
Right.
Like, I never looked at somebody and be like,
it didn't matter.
No. It didn't.
No, but I'm saying, was you keeping it a
secret?
secret, or you was like, I don't care what nobody think?
Put like this, I just wasn't, like, loud with it. I wasn't keeping it a secret, but I'm not loud.
So people knew?
Some people knew.
People that were close?
Some people knew. And, don't get this wrong. Like, my team is an amazing team, and they, for the most part of my team, checked on me, make sure I was there mentally. I'm a type of person that I'm not going to show no emotion. I'm not going to show nothing. So they really think that I'm okay because I'm just showing them, and I can really talk like I'm
It's a
good.
mask.
You know what I'm saying? So that hurt me. Going back to June when I missed the weight, and people like, yo, it really didn't bother him, bro. It was hurting me inside, but y'all not gonna see it.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a gift and a curse.
Yeah, Baranchik was that.
I felt that way watching it.
The TB was
like,
good, bro.
damn,
How you feeling?
this persona in the crowd, like, yo, like, it looks like he doesn't care. So you're right, you hit that well. Did you have people around you when smoking, anybody around you that would pull you to the side like, you need to stop this?
Yeah, for sure, my brothers.
Really?
My brothers, for
That's
sure,
good.
like.
That's good.
For sure, my brothers, you know what I'm saying?
What would your response be?
And I'm just like, bro, like, these niggas can't beat me, bro. I'ma do it, like, don't get me wrong, I'm talking to them like, I'ma do it, like, yeah, you right, like, but like, bro, at the end of the day, bro, he can't beat me, bro, and I'ma still go out there and stop him.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
And I was doing it. I was doing my whole career. So it was really kind of hard to like really stop it.
Yep.
So it really took for God himself, like, Keyshawn, do you want to be great in the ring or you want to be great? Like, do you want to raise your son and this what you gonna have to teach your son? Because I ain't gonna lie to him.
Right.
You want to teach your son this, or do you want to teach your son this? Like, it really took for God to really speak in my spirit of giving me this second chance with being on turkey cards now, signing with Jay Prince, having a whole new team. He really was like, Keyshawn, if you want me to develop everything around you how you want me to do it, I need you to stop doing this.
You know, another time where I didn't think that you didn't care when you miss weight, because, you know, a lot of fighters act like they don't care. But there is a time I thought you didn't care, and I want to know, now that you be speaking like this, is when you won the silver medal. You were the only fighter from the Olympics that didn't win what they want, but then was like, oh, it's all good, let me get back to the pros, make this money. That's what I was telling you. I was like, this dude don't care. Like, he just want to get back to make this money. But was it one of those times you was covering that up? Like, yeah, you might have wanted to get back to the pros, but you was still hurt that you didn't beat this dude.
Yeah, to a certain extent. To a certain extent. But if you want to be honest, like, my goal was to always, like, #1 as a kid, to go to the Olympics. Yeah. And then since I'm like, because I had to prove to myself that I'm like the Olympic hopeful, I'm the greatest. So it's like, yo, I can win a gold medal, so I'm gonna win a gold medal with it. But my first, like, just dream was just to go to the Olympics and experience and this, that, and third. So, like, yes, losing hurt to a certain extent, but at the end of the day, a gold medal don't make me great. Going to the Olympics don't make me great. Being a world champion don't make me great. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I make myself great, but not only do I do it, it comes from God, you know what I'm saying? So I really couldn't let that hang over my head like, oh, I want a silver. Like, no, Keyshawn, you traveled the world, Keyshawn. You beat all the odds for where you come from, Keyshawn. Yeah. You showing your brothers, I helped get my brother back into boxing, my big brother Kelvin, because of what I'm doing. Like, at the end of the day, it's not about this silver medal you receive, it's about what you're actually doing and what I'm gonna continue to do.
You mentioned the Olympics, I wanna play something for you.
I like that.
This is old. New York City. And your tone and your cadence, everything about you is a lot different than it is now. Not that there's anything wrong with you now, you're growing, right?
Before you play it, what was you thinking coming to the studio? Was you like, yo, man, I'm making it, you know? Ish brought you to the studio, Sirius XM, you're looking around, you know, that was a big platform.
This is before the Olympics.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts?
Yeah. That was when I just came back from the World Championships.
Yeah.
All right, so look, thanks for stopping by. Where you originally from?
I'm from Norfolk, Virginia.
Norfolk, Virginia.
Yeah, that little kid.
The home of the great Purnell winning.
Yeah, that little kid. For sure,
what fighters inspired you to box?
Well, one of them was Purnell Whitaker, but my biggest inspiration is Muhammad Ali by far.
And you're young. I mean, how old are you?
20.
20 years old. So how are you influenced by a guy that was way, way beyond your era? Behind you.
Right. You know, nowadays we got social media and stuff like that, but YouTube videos I used to watch, how he approached it, like, type of person he was, his personality. Right. He showed it inside the ring, and he showed it outside the ring.
Right. So I just wanted to play a little clip of that, just so you can hear yourself.
Same voice, but it just sounds more like a kid.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? More like a kid.
And, you know, I was just talking to Barack about, in 14 fights, right? Your opponent's record, 297-39, right? That says a lot about the level of opposition that you fighting. Almost 300 wins just within 14 opponents. When that 20-year-old young man right there, did you imagine being in this place in your life now at 26 years old?
Yes.
You did?
Wow. They've been talking about you fighting Shakur and guys who are already on the pound-for-pound list when you had 12 fights.
Right.
So that says a lot already.
Right.
You know, whether you fight him or not, that don't matter to me. But look how long you've been considered as one of the best.
Right.
It's gonna happen now.
Do you think that if you didn't have that habit of the marijuana, you would have been at a faster pace and you would have been further in your career right now?
I think if I had that habit of that marijuana, like, I would probably be in a, as far as life, I would just be more grounded. I would be probably even more focused. Not probably, I would be more focused. And just a lot of situations I've been through probably wouldn't have happened. But, you know, everything happens for a reason. Like, God writ this for me, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard answering questions like that because everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And we all go through our own trials and tribulations.
That's
You
real.
know, some people, you know,
He's giving a
it's
real
tough for them to
edge.
talk about it, honestly. And it's tough for me to talk about it, but a lot of times, you know, I just feel in my spirit that I actually should. So when people actually look at me, they know, for one, I'm authentic, but two, they see themselves. I want to be a reflection for other people and the stuff that they're going through.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to people of, like, you know, in front of cameras all the time, celebrities. Like, you know, we all really go through stuff, and we all have a mask. We really all have a mask, but it's just about, like, knowing who's really there for you so you can take that mask off. And also, when it comes to the public, you can tell them something, but you don't got to tell them everything either, you know?
Of course not.
Is there anybody that you disappointed, that you're sorry about disappointing? Any person in your family, friend, anybody close to you?
Yes, like in June, the only person I was really disappointed about was my son. I'm like, wow, like, maybe one day this probably will resurface. I got to answer these questions to him.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So, like, outside of, like, my team, you know, my mother, my brothers, of course, right them, but, like, I'm like, dang, Keyshawn, I felt like a horrible father. The first time in my life, like, I felt horrible. And it was like, yo, I just got to get right, bro.
The best thing, I'm glad you asked him that and you get that response, because the best thing for me when I changed my life is that my kids didn't have to deal with that man.
Right.
And even though that's still part of your past, at least your son's gonna know that's your past. So almost all his life, you've been this guy. Hopefully no crash outs. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? So that's what my kids know. They know this guy. Now, this guy ain't perfect, but this guy wasn't the guy that they hear other people talking about. Oh, man, B-Rock, he was wild out there, you know? So at least I wasn't that guy, and that's what you have to look forward to. That your son is gonna see this new Keyshawn.
Nah, you're right, because I heard a lot of stories about, you know, my father and how he used to be in his time, you know what I'm saying? And I never knew that guy, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, once he tells his stories and stuff like that, you can see it coming out of him. I'm like, oh, he was that guy. I can see it. You know, but, you know, you're right. Like, I never seen that side of my father, you know, until, like, he kind of showed us in his storytelling or whatever.
So what is it about your father? Because when one time you was crashing out on the Vargases, right? And
I was?
You were.
I crashed out on them?
I mean, just talking about them. You know what I'm saying? You was
what
doing like a
platform?
live or something.
Live?
You was doing some kind of live. He said, I don't know what I be doing.
The lives be crazy.
So you was wilding, right? Just saying, yo, F that. And I saw, and I don't know if I mentioned it to you. Okay, I did then. I said, you know what I saw in this dude? This dude is hurt, you know, because you was like, we don't even know about fathers. What's that?
I know you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, all right, I didn't have a father that loved me neither when I was a kid. I don't know what you did, but I didn't have a father that loved me neither. And now that I'm an old man and I have one now, I'm like, damn, I would have been something if I had this. Because now I feel it. I'm like, this is the best thing ever that I got a father. And I thought I didn't need one.
Oh, I'm
but
trying
now
to let
that
it
I have
rock
a father, and I'm a man with kids already, I'm like, that's somebody that's always there for me that I could depend on. And if he leave this earth, I'm gonna feel alone. So I'm like, we do need fathers. I just never knew that. But I saw the hurt in your eyes when you was talking about Vargas and you was talking about Fernando and all of them. You was like, man, we don't even know fathers. Is that the case, that there's an issue there?
Honestly, me and my father is starting to come back together. You know, he was at my last fight. I made sure he got out there in my last fight. You know what I'm saying? So we're starting to, you know, come back together. It's crazy because me and my best friend Stacks, you know, he's sitting over there. We were just talking about it, and he was just talking about how his relationship was his father. And I will always remember one thing about, you know, what Bud told me. You know, he was just like, man, Key, your father ever did something to you? I'm like, shit, nah. He like, did he hurt you? Did he beat you up? Did he do anything like in that nature? I'm like, shit, nah, he just wasn't there. He was like, well, man, it's up to us to fix that, man. Like, we the ones that's carrying around that some type of burden. Like, it's up to us to do this, that, and the third. Like, because he's like, once he going, man, he going.
Yeah.
You know, and you don't want to never be like, dang, I should have.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he's like, man, just, you know, while you here, just do what you can. And me and Bud don't even talk that much, but that one conversation he had with me about that, it always stuck with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you're right, I was hurt by my father, but another thing that helped me get over that is my son. Like, it's like, Key, you can't keep dwelling on the past and trying to raise your own son.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's going to bring on to him. You know, and people always say, like, your father helped you become a man. Like, he teaches you how to become a man. But I was telling my friend Stacks, I'm like, yo, really? When we have our kids, since we don't have fathers, as soon as we have kids, that actually teaches real life how to be a man.
Yes.
That's real life. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to be perfect for your daughter. You want to be perfect for your sons.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Real quick, one thing seem like our people don't like take into consideration is that like we understand that we human, we all make mistakes, but the way we treat each other when a mistake is made is like wild to me. It's like, how do you know what areas in life you need to get better if you never make a mistake? Right? Just like even in sports, right? These dudes make mistakes in the ring. God might get dropped, anything. We'll treat it like it's a death sentence rather than a teachable moment, a learning lesson, right? Experience, right? Experience, you know the saying, everybody knows the saying, and we all agree, I'm pretty sure, experience is the best teacher, right? So that's why when I see things, I hold the fighters accountable accordingly, right? But the bigger story for me be how are they gonna respond after they made this mistake, right? You screwed up big time. You messed up $1 million payday. You missed weight. You didn't get to fight. You catapulted Abdullah Mason into the spotlight. You had to fight. A little scuffle in the back, you know what I mean? In the back room, like all of those things. Like, and you had to sit and deal with that for a while. And then to see how he responded from all of that is exactly why I root for this young dude. You know what I'm saying, young man? This is exactly why. Because shit like that, you seen that, you know, his stuff that he was dealing with was self-inflicted, right? But his ability to kind of learn from that stuff and put himself right back in position to be where he at is a good thing. Now I'm ready to see the rest of this journey. You get me? He made some mistakes. He probably made more mistakes when it's all said and done. But it's a good chance that those mistakes that he already made, he won't repeat them. So they can be learning lessons, good life lessons for him instead of losses at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I like to see. I'm all about the get back story. How do you respond once a mistake is made? Once you fell short, once you did something, whether it was self-inflicted or not, you get tested the first time and you go through your trials and tribulations. How do you get back up? How do you get back in the ring? And how do you look once you get back in that ring?
So you always want to be there. You always want to provide. You always want to show good examples even when they're not there. You know, so that's maturity. That's you becoming a man.
Yeah.
You know
You're
what I'm
almost
saying?
forced to be a man.
Oh, you're definitely forced.
Now,
For sure.
since Bud inspired you to, I guess, start that conversation with your father to mend that relationship, do you remember the moment? Like, did you call him, and what's the first thing that you said to him?
Honestly, it stuck with me, but I still had a pride, ego.
Oh, so you didn't
with
do it right
with my
away?
father. Nah, no sir. Like honestly, everything after June helped me transform into the person I am today. You know what I'm saying? When I was, like I said, I felt like I was being a bad parent, like a horrible parent to my son. So like everything after June, bro, I just started like really transforming my spirit, and then God really just, you know, he just directed me. That's all.
So what did you say to him? I mean, so after June, after the Los Santos situation, is when you started, You
just
started reaching
really
out to your
being
father.
more open to him. Like, just really being more open and, like, we got to soften our hearts at the end of the day.
So,
That's
he
in the
was
Bible.
still reaching out to you, and you were being hard and like
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of.
for sure.
Wow, that's
you
tough.
opened up your heart.
That's tough. That's tough.
Like, he'll
as a
reach out
father.
every once in a while.
Yeah.
And, like, some moves he'll make, like, you know, I ain't like. So it was like, I'm definitely not texting you back down.
See, I knew it. This is why. This is why.
But nah, he's actually, like, right now, I ain't gonna lie, like, he's actually doing a great job at this point in my time. He's doing a great job.
Praise
Not
God.
gonna lie.
Did he ever have to apologize to you for anything?
Heck yeah. And after he did one thing, I remember, like, on the phone, like, we had a conversation on the phone, and it was about something serious, and I just started wilding on him. He started crying, and I was surprised. I was like, oh, snap.
Ain't nothing hurt you more than that, than your kid doing that. But go ahead.
I feel
What were you
that.
saying?
I was wilding, bro. This is before June, so I was wilding, bro.
Telling you, Blaze, that's a fact, man. These dudes young, they be having money, they be having life, you know, as we know it, at their disposal, at their feet. There don't be a lot of no's when you having your way and making that money, and it's easy to kind of lose focus for a second and go off path, go off script, and hit your head a couple times, right? That's what he did. But like I said, being able to hear him, that's why I'm playing this, being able to hear him, you know, he can tell you how he got through these things and what helped him refocus up. And again, it starts with the people that you have around you too. You got to want to make those changes. I think he wanted to make the changes we've seen so far. And you got the people around him, and it seemed like everybody want the same thing. They want to see the best version of Keyshawn Davis in every facet of life. And that's what you want. You want a winning team around you, and you got the right kind of fighter that got the right tools, talent, skill set to go as far as he want to take it. I be saying that guys like Keyshawn, it's a him versus him battle. Yeah, you're going to have opponents that could get tough in fights, but his biggest battle to me is always going to be himself. And as long as he got a handle on that, the rest of this shit, you know what I mean? It's going to be smooth sailing for him.
I was wilding, bro. I was wilding. I didn't care. And then at the end of the day, I'm like, you my father, so you really gonna get your son. You really gonna know who I am. And when I don't care, what you wanna do. Like, that's just what I was on. You know what I'm saying? And he was just like, man, Key, man. Like, he was you know what I'm saying? So it made me calm back down, like, dang, I felt bad after doing it. You know
that
what
dude
I'm saying?
used to be a tough man on the street.
Now you making him cry.
I was surprised, bro. I was surprised, bro.
But that's hurtful,
He's
though.
definitely doing a hell of a job, though. Like,
that's great.
As of today's day, he's doing a hell of a job. He's there. He's supportive. He's hitting me up. You know, we having a conversation, and he's really naturally a funny guy. So, like, sometimes when I'm just like, it's slow today. I want to laugh. I call him. He really just naturally just make me laugh.
How does your mom feel about that relationship being mended?
She like it. Yeah. She like it. She be like, reach out to him. Like, my mama like it. Like, she ain't that type. Like, my mama real.
So even when you were being tough, she would want you to kind of fix that?
I ain't go to my mama. Bro, I don't talk to my mama. I talk to my mama about the stuff that we know about. I don't talk to my mama about my life. Like, I don't talk to my mama about my life for real.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm my own man at the end of the day. So it's like a lot of conversations I'm not gonna go to my mama to.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? But me and my mama have an amazing relationship. Like, amazing. We talk every day. Every day, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of conversations I'm not going to my mama about.
We're going to make that a phrase, BJ, before June. You know, if I did it, that was BJ. That was BJ. Don't worry about that. Yo, remember when that was BJ. That was before June. Don't worry about
can't count that. You can't count that.
Matter of fact, I don't even remember that. That's crazy.
For real. Like even I can even go deeper, like with my religion. You know, I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I believe in Jesus Christ.
Same here.
And last February, you know, I won the title with Duarte, and in that same month, I had got baptized. But when I got baptized, I didn't know that baptism is a public declaration of your faith.
Yep.
So I realized, like, hit my back. I didn't hide it. I just ain't tell nobody. I ain't tell nobody. So after I got baptized, my family, my brother's like, damn, bro, you got baptized? Like, yeah.
Why didn't you want people to know?
Because I was just in a space to where I don't know why, but I was just in a space to where, like, man, people don't really care anyways.
You didn't want to be vulnerable.
I just feel like people care of the moment. Once the moment was over, people didn't care. And that's just how I felt, you know what I'm saying? And after I got baptized, it was just like, man, something not right. Like, just something not right. So when I fast forward to when I got baptized this year, same month.
I was about to say,
Yeah,
I saw the video and I was like, yeah.
But nah, that was last year. I'm talking about last year. So now fast forward to this year. Right. When I'm fast forward to this year, when I got baptized, like, I also got my son dedicated. Just like, you know, they do dedications before a service.
Absolutely.
So I got my son dedicated. That was live. You know, my mother, my child, family was there. My family was there. Everybody was there. And then I got baptized. Everybody was there. I went live. I posted it. Like, it's a public dedication. You know what I'm saying? So I just made sure,
it's a
like,
public confession of your relationship with Jesus Christ.
you know what I'm saying? So I just made sure, you know, like, I wanted to do it again. And this time, I'm going to just do it right, you know? That was just, it was in my spirit.
I was definitely proud of you in that moment. But I'm going to be truthful. I'm also like, I'm still thinking about BJ.
Right.
I'm still thinking about, because what happens is when you're in the public's eye, it's harder for you. It's harder for you now, because now you, if you want to be a good representative for your son and others, you gotta be able to take these same things that used to make you angry and say certain things, and you got to be able to suppress that or not allow it to bother you. And that's tough.
I learned, like, in church that the pastor was like, man, when I'm frustrated or when something just not going right, he say, instead of getting frustrated, instead of getting angry, he just get the pacing. God, Lord, God. God, take this out of me. God, take this out of me.
Right.
He also taught me that when he was preaching. But
I definitely do a lot of pacing when I be pissed off, bro. I be pissed off. I be pacing like I burn a damn hole in the ground the way I be pacing.
He taught me that
pacing like a damn madman.
Pray until you don't feel that emotion no more. God gonna feel your heart and just pray it away. Literally, just keep praying until you don't feel it no more. So no, suppressing, I don't believe in suppressing anything, because Keyshawn been doing that all his life and it didn't get me nowhere. So I'm gonna just surround myself with the spirit, and I know the spirit is gonna transform that frustration.
Right. So it's suppressed until it's released. So it's not suppressed and that's the answer. It's suppressed because in the moment you gotta suppress it. When somebody gets you angry, you got to stop.
Understand what you're saying.
Right.
Understand what you're saying.
Then it got to get released by the Lord.
In the moment.
Absolutely.
Understand.
Not what other people might say, oh, yeah, bro, you just hold that in.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I'm gonna give you, I love giving examples with this. Like, you're right, suppressors. I was on stream the other day, like a real live stream.
Real quick, and people that deal with mental health and issues and stuff like this shit could be therapeutic for this man. He talking to two men that he got respect for, that could level and understand the things that he dealt with, going through and getting through. And that shit just, it can help you. You start to be able to hear maturity in the fighters that you don't hear in these little interviews when it's the adrenaline pumping, or it's after a fight, a post-fight, a press conference. Right now, it ain't no, you know, he ain't in character. You know what I mean? It's Keyshawn Davis talking, right? And you get to hear just where his mental is at. You could tell he in a much better space. He giving these dudes examples. He opening up. He talking to them. His giving tape. That shit could go a long way for a guy that deal with shit mentally, especially when you got people that you could have a real good, you know, conversation with, good dialogue, good back and forth. This shit is healthy, is what I'm saying, and that's what you need more of. Instead of, like he said, shutting down and suppressing it, it didn't get him nowhere. So now he's able to be an advocate for mental health and turn something that probably he was embarrassed to share into, you know, a strong point. He turned the vulnerability into something that, you get what I'm saying, people got to respect. So, you know, to a degree, he ain't even got to be vulnerable. He opened up, people respect this stuff, and he working through it actively, and that's what you're seeing. So you're going to make some mistakes dealing with the stuff that he deals with, but, you know, I think with the right decisions being made and the right people in place, you get right back to where you know what I mean, where you need to be.
And we was going viral, I ain't gonna lie. And he put this thing up to where the streamers can talk to you. So they saying all type of disrespectful, like cultural racist stuff that would naturally have me like, or they saying like some, like it's crazy, bro. They saying like some gay stuff. But bro, like, they literally just trolling, bro. That's what they do.
All
they
it is.
You know what I'm saying? But that was like
growth.
Coming from where we come from. That was naturally like, what the
ready to fight.
You know what I'm saying? But like you said, I suppressed it. And then after a while, I was like, bro, just cut that off. Like,
but look at the thought you just said. You said they were trolling. So why give them victory? That's how I thought. Because when we became in the public eye, people were saying negative things, and I was like, You think I'm gonna lose and respond back to you? everything to me is a fight. Everything is a fight, bro, for real. So I'm not losing.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not losing.
I don't know how I would be on for 2 hours responding to comments and all of that. Like,
bro, you'll be home all day.
But then they happy.
How much comments we have?
But then they're happy and they
just
accomplish.
A response.
They accomplished what they wanted.
Just
I'm
a
not giving them
response.
that. I'm not giving them that.
let me ask you something, Keyshawn. When you got to that point where I guess God called you, or you had that connection after June, did you pray to God to get rid of people around you that aren't good for you or that shouldn't be in your life? Because you was vocal about, like, I changed my whole squad. You know what I'm saying? And I guess people that aren't good for your life. Do you feel God revealed that?
The people that, you know, because, you know, the media is going to take this and run with it. The people that, you know, that isn't on my team anymore, it wasn't because they wasn't good in my life.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It was just, I guess it was time for a change. I put like this. When my friend died, his name Kyrie, a real close friend of mine, when he died, I was already down and out, like, low. When he died, I got even lower. So I'm like, God, like, I don't know what I'm here for. I don't know what I'm living for. I really don't at this point. I don't want to box. People coming up to me like, Keyshawn this, Keyshawn that. I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to be around people. It's me and Uncle Allen in a crib by ourselves.
When was this? How long ago was this?
This was after June, like July, August type. My friend died in September. So September 30th. Oh. So I'm like, God, like, for real, like, what you want me to do? Because I don't know at this point. I don't know. And before he even passed, I was writing, just trying to figure it out. But
you were what?
I write almost every day, like every week for sure.
Like journaling type thing.
I talk to God, like, dear God, and I start whatever comes to my mind. Right. Like, that's like my form of prayer. I feel like I get more out when I write rather than just.
Do you keep that? Do you keep it all?
For sure.
Okay.
But yeah, so I asked him and I wrote it out. And first thing that came to my spirit, like, after I was praying, I just kept thinking about boxing, like, boxing. It was like, I was getting, like, a little happy. I'm like, okay, God, you want me to box? Like,
that's
everything around me, like, what you want me to do? How you want me to go about this? Because I know I can't come back in it the same way I left. Mm-hmm. So, God, what do you want me to do? How do you want me to navigate things? And he didn't answer it right then and there, but as time went on, it felt right to, like, pick this person. It felt right to go to Houston and train with Shakur. It felt right to sign with Jay Prince. Everything just felt right. Mm-hmm. And I was happy doing it. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, that's just what it is.
God is telling.
Key word, he happy doing it. It felt like the right moves. Every move he was making, nothing forced, you see? This is why I think he overall was able to go out there despite the inactivity, the layoff, moving in another weight class, fighting the best guy that he's fought. All of those things that would contribute to a fight being difficult wasn't a factor, and it wasn't present during the fight for this dude, because I think, and that's what he went through, and I think the transition and the changes that he made is a prime example of crossing your T's and dotting your I's. That's what he was able to do. And, you know, they say, shit, the fights are won in the gym. So you in there training with one of the best fighters in the world. You getting, you know, knowledge from one of the just newly retired best fighters in the world, pound for pound shit, right? You working with these guys, you getting the best work possible. You comfortable with the coaches that you with. Just made your transition smooth. And when you got back in that boxing ring, it was just like you picking up where you left off. It wasn't no rough, you know what I'm saying? Situation, rough transition for him. It was very smooth. It was like he ain't miss a beat. He got right up in there, and you ain't see no ring rust. You ain't see them being hesitant. Just his normal, sharp, confident self. Damon, was good, bro? How you feeling? He acknowledged being increased. He did say it. Shout out to Ramon. What's good with it, man?
Did Shakur come to you and say, hey, why don't you think about signing with Jay Prince or anyone else?
No, he never came to me about. The only thing Shakur came to me about was, you get my tail back in the gym. Like, right after Kyrie died, he was like, Key, come out here in Houston, bro. I'm like, for what, nigga? I'm not no fighter no more. I'm not boxing. No, nigga, I'm not coming. He said,
now,
Key, you just need to be around good people. Like, we can work out together, all that, but we don't gotta, like, just come out here, bro. Just come out here.
Damn.
And I'm like,
he set you up. He knew he's.
Yeah, fake brothers, man. That's something a fake brother would do. You ready to quit boxing? You talking about you ain't boxing no more. And he like, man, we ain't got to box, but we You know, we could work out, get in shape. You get what I'm saying? Just playing, you get what I'm saying? Playing into it. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, you know. And then now look, I heard the amazing Keyshawn. I don't think people get it. That's why I be playing this shit. You touch on that's real shit. Ain't nothing fake about that. Your bread and butter, the shit, the reason why people know you ready to give up on it, and it's a guy in your corner like, nah, not so fast. I ain't letting you do that. Come on, man. It don't get no realer than that, bro. It don't get no realer than that. That's as real as they come, bro.
That's just what it is.
God is telling you.
Did Shakur come to you and say, hey, why don't you think about signing with Jay Prince or anyone else?
No, he never came to me about it. The only thing Shakur came to me about was to get my tail back in the gym. Like right after Kyrie died, he was like, Key, come out here in Houston, bro. I'm like, for what, nigga? I'm not no fighter no more. I'm not boxing. No, nigga, I'm not coming. He said, Key, you just need to be around good people. Like, we can work out together, all that, but we don't gotta like just come out here, bro. Just come out here.
Damn.
And I'm like,
he set you up. He knew he was gonna get you back.
I'm like, the only reason I'm coming out here is because I love you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason, not because of anything. I'm just gonna listen to you because Shakur never steered me wrong. So I came out there in Houston. And
some
when I
fake
went out
brother
there,
Shakur is a core. Keep being a fake brother, as they keep calling on the internet, because they can't understand some shit deeper than boxing. You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple, straight up and down, bro. Ain't no in between. It's just what it is. Keep on being fake. Man was ready to. Are you telling me? In a different interview, he talked about how he was responsible, he being Shakur, responsible for why the Olympic coaches gave him a look, paid attention to him. So he said he wouldn't be where he was at without him. So he helped him get a little jump start. Then he run into a rough patch. And, you know, he start talking like he ain't a fighter. And here go with the fake brother again, breathing life until you put you in a position where you can, you know, you want to continue to do what you're doing, right? You just needed that little push or to be around people that really care about you and want to see you do the best. And now as a result, you got him about to make his next run at 140 or wherever he decided to be at, and he looking good. He off to a hell of a start. Stopped somebody that never been stopped, fighting the best opponent he fought to date. Didn't really lose a round. I mean, you can't write a better start to this chapter, this current chapter that he's on in life. And all thanks to that guy in the picture with him, his fake ass brother. Corey, keep being fake to Keyshawn, bro. Y'all keep on winning. People that don't get it, it ain't for them. You know what I'm saying? The ones that do. It ain't even nothing to argue about it, none of that. Keep doing what y'all doing. Y'all winning. You're doing it at a high level. You getting paid. Y'all literally got the boxing game in a headlock. Keep doing it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing it. Right, Motown? Shout out to Superman. Keep going.
I'm about to start talking to Jay. Because people don't know, me and Jay always had like a sort of like a kind of like a relationship kind of.
Yeah.
But like him and all his sons, man, like me and sons, like we never fell off. Like me and sons always locked in. Right. Antonio Leonard was always locked in. Jay Prince was like more so busy, so I didn't have that much time to talk to him. But we always had a relationship, so it was nothing for me to just reach out and sign with him for real.
So it was your idea, like you said, yo, I want to work with you.
Yeah.
So basically that trip is where you transform back to, I'm a boxer again. Oh, my bad, I'm a boxer.
I came out of retirement.
So yeah, I guess it's safe to say we owe Shakur a lot.
No, but does Keyshawn know? I mean,
you say what?
I said it's safe to say that we owe Shakur a lot for bringing you back.
Bro, Shakur gave me my first opportunity back in 2016 when I had nothing.
Yeah.
I was in Norfolk with no coach, jumping from gym to gym. I had nothing.
Kid?
I'm just like, I was a 17-year-old little kid.
Wow, just keep telling us how fake Corey is. Like, you gotta hear this. Listen to the haters. This for the haters.
My little brother Keon following behind me, just doing anything I do. Kelvin left boxing. Kelvin 18, moved out the crib. So Kelvin doing his own thing. I'm jumping around gym to gym. I'm like, I'm in my head. I'm like, yo, something good gotta happen. I keep working hard. Something good gotta happen. Lo and behold, the Olympic coach, called me saying that Shakur told him to call me. Shakur told the coach to call me to get me out there for his Olympic training camp. Once I went out there, they seen how good I was, and they kept bringing me back. So if you want to be honest, Shakur gave me my first opportunity, period.
Yeah.
Wow, it's crazy.
And then in that camp, that's when we just started really getting to know each other. Like, oh damn, bro, I love you, bro.
Yeah. If you hadn't gone,
wow, keep being fake, Shakur. Keep being fake for these miserable people that just a fight or so ago, you was all types of trash and Keyshawn was all types of clout chasers. Now those same ignorant, hateful, spiteful people that was preying on y'all downfall is now demanding that y'all fight for their entertainment. Make it make sense. Not too long ago, Keyshawn was some clout chasing dude that ain't fought nobody and he ain't got that many fights. And Shakur was some guy with bad performances, brittle hands, and scared of power and didn't want to fight nobody. You remember this. You remember the talking points? Now you fast forward to today. It's like, oh, nah, they're holding up the division. They're messing up boxing. They need to fight each other. You mean to tell me the same guys that y'all said was trash, these dudes wasn't good. Shakur's not that good. His defense not that great. His offense ain't shit. He don't fight nobody. Fight all flat-footed fight. All the excuses. And now y'all think y'all get grip strength. Remember that? He got the grip strength of a 12-year-old girl and all of this shit. He can't sell tickets. Nobody comes to see him. They boo him at his fights. They leave and walk out at his fights. The narratives just went on and on and on. And guess what, y'all? Since then, Shakur has went on to be a champion in another division. Keyshawn Davis has become a world champion and moved up and starting a chapter in another division. Keyshawn Davis had a hometown fight in which he sold out at Norfolk. Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo just had a first pay-per-view for both of the guys, and they just sold out MSG. Look at wow. Look at the narratives one by one, just falling to the wayside. And now all of these hateful people that had all this rhetoric and slander to push on these two fighters, the Bash Brothers is what I call them. You know what I'm saying? The Bash Brothers. Now y'all think you get to sit back from your computer chairs. You get what I'm saying? Or the basements or wherever you at. You know what I mean? Probably your local library stealing the Wi-Fi, getting to demand them to fight each other because you said so. You want to be entertained by the same people, same guy that you said is boring. You give him Keyshawn with some pothead, right? I remember all of these narratives. Now y'all same people, because it's y'all. That's the ones that demanding that these two dudes fight each other. The guys that overrated Olympians, the ones that's on the top ranked diet. You know, the only reason they're good is because it's matchmaking. All of those narratives that y'all pushed, and now it's like, yeah, man, they gotta fight each other, man. Nah, they ain't no brothers. They ain't no brothers. And then you hear Keyshawn sitting here breaking this shit down like that, and they talking about fake brothers. No, the fact people's comprehension and ability to understand is at an all-time low. That shit is trash. That's what's fake. You get what I'm saying? People acting like they love boxing is what be fake. That's why you can't understand this shit. Some shit is deeper than boxing, and you can't get no clearer than what he's saying right here. So you telling me because of this fake brother, shout out to Mr. Benn-Prograis, he the reason you got started. They looked at you, and then once you get your career started, you hit a rough patch, you ready to call it quits, and then here come the fake brother again at the rescue to motivate you, just to breathe life back into you, let you know you great at this shit, and you now look at you. Now you the amazing Keyshawn, fresh team, new management, and kicking ass again. Now they demanding that you fight your fake brother. You can't make it make sense. I'm loving this shit because all of that stuff that people were saying, they got to walk it back now. You got to reevaluate not one, but both of these guys, because when they both got in there with the best opposition they've been in there with to date, they both shine. They both dominated with relative ease. And now here you go. Oh, fight each other. Fake brothers. Yeah, ain't no brothers in boxing. You know, ain't no friends in boxing. Yeah, all right. Go ahead and cry in the car. Go ahead and punch the air. Told y'all this day was coming. It's coming sooner than I thought. Keyshawn ain't got 15 fights. You get me? You get shout out to my dog. You get me? He got 15 fights. So I mean, here y'all go. Fight him. Fight him. You know what I'm saying?
When I had nothing.
Yeah.
I was in Norfolk with no coach. Jumping from gym to gym.
Rob,
I had nothing. I'm just like, I was a 17-year-old little kid. My little brother Keon following behind me, just doing anything I do. Kelvin left boxing. Kelvin doing his own. Kelvin 18, moved out the crib. So Kelvin doing his own thing. I'm jumping around gym to gym. I'm like, I'm in my head. I'm like, yo, something good gotta happen. I keep working hard. Something good gotta happen. Lo and behold, the coach, the Olympic coach, called me saying that Shakur told him to call me. Shakur told the coach to call me to get me out there for his Olympic training camp. Once I went out there, they seen how good I was, and they kept bringing me back. They kept bringing me back. So if you want to be honest, Shakur gave me my first opportunity, period.
Yeah.
And then in that camp, that's when we just started really getting to know each other. Like, oh damn, bro, I love you, bro.
Yeah. If you hadn't gone to that training camp, I mean, we probably wouldn't know who you are right now.
And people say fight him. Not only that, you know, moving forward with my career.
And people say fight them. Exactly. Like that, that's self-explanatory. Nobody better not ever tell me why they gotta fight each other. Again in life, just don't say it to me. Say it to somebody else. Just don't say it to Just Do. Because it's really not that deep to me. I swear, if they change their minds an hour from me listening to this, I would be with supporting seeing them fight each other. But at the same token, this shit has been thoroughly explained and I can truly understand it. You got to attach, it's a bond that you got with this guy, and you don't want to be the guy punching him in his face. And these are two alpha male guys that definitely think they're the best in the world. So they don't want to be the one to mess up what the other one got going on, especially if you're Keyshawn. You talking about tell me to punch somebody in the face that got me started. So I got to fight him for y'all, and he got shit going for me. Yeah, okay. All right. And then people will be the first ones to talk about don't bite the hand that feeds you or don't stab somebody in the back. Or they'll be the first one talking about fake friends. Don't sound like anything is fake about the way they rock with each other to me. Sound as genuine as two people could rock with each other.
I mean, we probably wouldn't know who you are right now.
And people say fight him. Not only that, you know, moving forward with my career, my brothers, I ain't gonna know my brothers for sure. DB3, Kelvin and Keon for sure. Yeah. But we Shakur, we're talking about Shakur right now. When I was going through like my mental home phase, I was on the phone with him in the mental home. When I got out, Keyshawn pull up on me, let's talk.
Wow.
Even through that phase, you know what I'm saying? Like every tough phase of my life, you know, he was there for me. And it's the same thing with him. When he fought De Los Santos and everybody was just trashing him. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody. And he was like, man, Key, I ain't gonna lie, like, I love you, bro, because you was there for me when I was at my lowest. Like, you was still talking good about me, bro. Like, you was still calling me. You was still pulling up on me. Like, the same thing I'm saying about him, he telling me off camera, of course. Like, he telling me, you know what I'm saying? So, bro, like, that's just what it is, bro.
Yeah. Did he know at that time when he called you out to be with him during that time when you hooked up with Jay Prince? Does he know that changed everything?
I told him.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we talked.
Yeah.
I just seen you.
That's dope, man. People just lifting each other up, man. That's dope. I'm always rock with that. And even if it was two completely different dudes, I'd be saying the same thing. I just rock with people that know how to be solid, that know how to be exactly who they say they are to one another, and that's what you get with them. I think that's why the respect is mutual.
Oh, yeah, today?
We talk like every day.
Yeah.
What's up, fight fans? It's Barack the Boxing Bully, and we've teamed up with DraftKings Sportsbook.
I ain't gonna play the whole thing. I'm gonna play some more of it though, y'all. Maybe when he started talking about the Haney situation.
That I actually left him?
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, the people that I'm with now, y'all gotta realize, like, they was with me since a kid, bro. Like, real life. And the reason why I really went with Bomac and them fresh out the Olympics was because I needed a strong team so I can really learn what it really takes to be great. I didn't have a coach coming out the Olympics. I didn't have no coach.
Right.
And the team that I have now wasn't even really coaching that much to where I can have them. You know what I'm saying? So I needed Bomac and them. Like, I really needed them. Okay. And I needed to be around Bud. Me and my brothers went to them. I needed to be around them. And it just got to a point where I'm bringing my coach along now at home. His name is Rendell. He was always like around B&B, learning off of them. And then the success that I had opened up the city to give us like a boxing gym. You know what I'm saying? So now my coaches got a chance to really just be coaches and learn and go to nationals. And Rendell's with me on the elite level out here. You know what I'm saying? So it just got to a point where, okay, boom, they getting their experience. Me and Rendell, DB3 getting our experience with Bomac and them. Okay, boom. Canelo fight come. And after June, you know, it wasn't just a lot of communication between us and Bomac and them, of course, because they got a big fight coming up.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you know, like I told you, I was at my lowest too, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So after the fight, I'm sitting back and looking on the outside, looking in, and I'm just hearing everybody praising Omaha. Omaha, Nebraska, the best team out of Omaha. That's the best team out of Omaha. So I'm like, dang, I want to do that for Norfolk. At the end of the day, Omaha and the team didn't come into this joint great. They grew into that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, I want to do that for myself. I want to do that for DB3. I want my own team in Norfolk to be like, when it's all said and done, yo, that team right there out in Norfolk is amazing. You know what I'm saying? And that's really, they inspired me for me to do that.
Did you feel a level of guilt once you started reaching levels of success that they wasn't experiencing that with you?
No, no, sir, not at all. Not at all. Everything worked, everything, and they didn't either.
Right, so they didn't look at you like,
No.
you ain't come back from me.
No.
Well, you did eventually now.
I mean, yeah, but like even when I potentially was about to fight in Norfolk twice, but the times that I was out there getting ready to train for a fight, right? Me and DB3, we was training with our Norfolk coaches, like Bomac and them. We clicked in with our Norfolk coaches. Now we all training together. A lot of times I train more with, like, getting ready for the fight week. I train more with my Norfolk people than with Bomac and them.
Yeah.
And Bomac and them just like basically directing, like, yo, do that. And I'm working with them. So it was always a bridge, you know what I'm saying? It was never like personal.
I think that's how you know.
Because like we, at the end of the day, again, like these people knew me since.
At the end of the day, what I'm getting what Keyshawn is saying, he wanted to do something of his own. He felt like he learned enough. He got schooled enough, got the game from Bomac, Bud, and Team B&B. He wanted something of his own, and where he could be the priority. And I could understand that. You know what I mean? Everybody is playing second fiddle to Bud because that is the guy, rightfully so, for obvious reason. And I think that's what Keyshawn in many ways is explaining. Like, Dan, you know, I mean, I respect it, I admire it. Dan, it's the, you know, he talked about how they talked about the team in in B&B in Omaha, how great they was. He wanted that for himself. So he's saying the right things. He allowed it to motivate him the right kind of way. And I don't think it was no ill intent behind it, at least the way he putting it. So yeah, you want something for yourself. You want to go somewhere where you would be priority. And I'll say this. I ain't gonna say the fighter name just for, you know, obvious reasons, right? But there's a particular fighter that was trying to work, was in the camp with Bomac and them as well. And the reason it didn't work out with him is because he wasn't the priority too. They had other stuff going on where he wasn't the focal point. So he ended up having to figure something else out, right? I don't want to throw his name out there because I don't know if he, you know, if everybody got if the information is out there to everybody, but that is something that I know personally, like where, you know, Bomac had a good fight. Oh, well, shit, my boy said it. So there you go. You know what I mean? Behind the Hands TV, Troy Ozzie. So you not being the focal point and you got to figure something else out. I'm just using that example to say you hear what Keyshawn is saying, how, you know, not that it's something bad, but it wasn't no communication and he understood it because they fight Canelo. They had something bigger going on. So that at that point, if you're a guy that's trying to be your own man, you'll look at that opportunity the way he did and say, you know what, man, I need to be building something of my own, right? And I learned a lot from them, so I can go, you know, now go on and try to, you know what I'm saying? We got DB3 started. Let's work on that. Let's build that. Let's grow our brand. You know what I mean? Let's build. You know what I'm saying? And I like it. It's just people always try to find something negative to point from it. And look, it could be negative, but if it ain't out there, I'm not about to make it up. So it could be a really good move, smart move for Keyshawn with good intent. Like I said, you know, when you your own man and you plan on being a star in the sport, you want to be the focal point. You want to be the guy. It should be a fighter that is more of a priority than you. And you see how he said it. It was no ill will about it. He understood it because it's Terrence Crawford and they fight Canelo and he been there and that's his team. So ultimately wanting something that's yours, that you can call yours and build from the ground up. And you get what I'm saying? I think it's commendable. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to stay up under the tutelage of somebody that everybody deemed great. You know, he trained a guy as great as Bud Crawford. It'd been easy for him to stay there, but I think it'd take a real one to make the move the way he did it and for the reasons at least that he's telling us he did it for. I can respect it. Want some of your own, you get what I'm saying? And it sounded like he wanted to be priority, which is nothing wrong with that.
As kids, they really love me and they really love the fact that I'm winning and bringing stuff back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So all that stuff in that moment, it didn't matter. Like I'm winning and they happy that I'm actually winning.
Right.
So you and the team are good. Bomac, Rez, Saul, have you guys spoken since you've been public about this?
Yeah, we spoke. We spoke.
But you giving me that face like we ain't good, but we.
I mean, things is definitely different now.
Right.
I don't think it'll ever be like how it used to be. You know what I'm saying? Like being open about it, but like we're not like beefing. We still got love for one another. Right. You know what I'm saying? We just not working together.
The same, yeah.
Right. But I was just gonna say, you know how your team loved you by them not saying nothing when you did leave. Them not saying, oh, this dude left us and we got him this far and now look, he left us, because they genuinely wanted you to be successful. So that's the best team to come back to.
Right.
And now you're saying that they're
That's
experienced
dope, right.
enough to go that elite level.
Right.
And you as well.
They experienced enough, right, but we all still got a lot of work to do.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
always
and we
learning.
are in the same goal, and which is why I love this team, because it's the same goal. All of us had the same goal, like, independently, and then coming together, it's still the same goal. Like, independently, Coach Mustafa wanted to be the best coach ever. Rendell, Dorset, Coach Ron, want to be the best coach ever. And when we come together as a team, yo, this got to be a strong team. Yo, while I'm sleeping and napping, they're studying together as a team. You know what I'm saying? When they branch off and go back home, they working with this fighter. And they're not thinking about me. Now they continually want to be the best. You know what I'm saying? Just like Keyshawn. You know what I'm saying? That's what I really love about this team, because we're all hungry.
Right.
We all hungry. And at the end of the day, they really know me and my brothers. Like, they know my brothers. You know what I mean? So when it's time for them to get back in camp, let's go.
Yeah.
You got nothing to do with me, only in the moment.
Yeah, you and your brothers always have been something good to watch, because you're always together, you always talk, you're always bigging them up. So when you got back with your father and you got into that spirit of, okay, I want a relationship with him, did they follow suit, or were they already in touch with him, or what?
Nah, like, at the end of the day, like, we all our own men. Like, literally, like, we all our own men. Like, for real. Like, I'm not gonna be like, yo, Keon, my younger brother, yo, Keon, like, bro, Pops is cool, bro. Like, Keon be looking at me like, man, shut up.
Yeah, but it would
like,
be like,
real life.
It ain't nothing wrong with
We're giving your take like Bud gave you his opinion.
Right. But look though, like, you gotta realize this situation is like, we're used to something. We're used to something. So it's like, they gotta be open.
Right.
I ain't gonna take my father aside. You can't force somebody to be a Christian.
No,
They gotta be open, and then once they come to you, or if you're just talking about it, they start asking you questions, and that's different. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be like, I could talk to Keon about, yo, my father said this man funny, like that. We probably started laughing, you know what I'm saying? And then that's it. But at the end of the day, I know how they feel too. Like, we all got the same father, you know what I'm saying? So we all got the same number for him. It's like, they could do the same thing I did too.
Yeah, but do you know how in your heart you want to profess the name of your Lord? You want to, right? And you want people to know him like you know him. I feel like you can do the same in that situation with your brothers. And all you got to do is plant the seed. Like, you know, this is right. When they have kids, well, your older brother got kids. You know what I'm saying? You know,
I have kids.
Right. Oh, I didn't know your younger brother had kids
You
too.
gotta do them, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you guys know what it is to be a father. So you guys know the love that you're gonna want to receive from your child, and your child gonna see you as not perfect too. But you don't want them to hold that against you.
I remember when I was in my space, and I'm not saying I can't speak for them, but I remember I was in my space, and my son made me hate my father even more. Because it's like, how can you miss out on this? How can you just leave? It's a whole bunch of how can yous.
Yeah.
And why this and why that? It was like, man, really F him. I know how it feel to be a father, and you ran from it, you know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of like, you know.
I used to think that too. I used to say, I was abused, like physically abused. So how can you beat a kid, 4 years old, send him to the hospital, stuff like that? But I also know, as I become a man, I also know that we deal with a lot. And we just internalize it differently and outwardly express it differently. And I don't know what he was going through, but I don't care no more. You know what I'm saying? I just want to forgive him and love him and appreciate the man that he is today. And that's what I told my father.
How old were you when your father left?
I was probably like 7 years old.
Oh, so you had memories and moments before that?
Yeah,
How was the relationship before he left? Were you guys tight?
Yeah, when he was there.
Oh, okay.
When he was home, you know, he was ripping and running.
Oh, and your younger brother was how old at that time?
I was 7, he was probably like 4. I don't think he remember anything for real, because he's just so young.
I didn't remember none of my.
I don't remember too much, honestly, but I remember something. I ain't gonna lie.
What was the first conversation you and Jay Prince had? Like, what was his first level? Like, yo, if you work with me and work together, this is what I'm gonna need from you, type stuff. Like, as far as what he expected from you.
Our first conversation was back then, honestly. like our real first conversation. But coming back into
as
it,
working together.
As working together, if I can remember right, it was really like, Keyshawn, what do you want to do? Like, yeah, Keyshawn, I know what I want to do as far as what he's saying to myself, but he like, what is your goals for real? I'm like, Jay, for real, I don't really have no goals, bro. I just need somebody that's gonna kick down doors when I need them to get kicked down. I don't have no goals.
And what was his response to that? Let's kick down some doors.
You know, Jay Prince talk trash, bro. So he like, well, you got the right one for it right here. Like, he just started popping it. No cap, and he's really funny. So I'm laughing. I was like, man, this man crazy, man. But yeah, I'm just like, look, I need someone, and I'm like, of course, Jay, not just me though. Like, you know, me and my brothers had it hard in this jump. I was the one kicking down doors for them. So if I got somebody that can kick down the door before I bust through that jump, you know what I'm saying, I know my brother's straight. You know what I mean? And on top of that, though, April 4th, like, we throwing our own show. And I feel like the boxing world, bro, they be picking and choosing, bro. But I feel like, look, man, we're 3 fighters, 3 black men as brothers sticking together, coming together, throwing our own event under DB3 promotions. I feel like that just itself is amazing. You have no fighters, you have no current fighters out here doing it, throwing their own show, stepping out on their own faith.
This is a full boxing card. A full boxing card?
Yes. Wow. April 4th, Trotway Arena, 8,300 seats in that jump. DB3 promotions. Me and my brothers doing it, and of course we got directors and our team that I'm talking about helping us put this joint together. But at the end of the day, we got the 757. It's called 757 Knockout Night. You know what I'm saying? We got the 757, so we know they're gonna come out and support. But I don't know why the boxing world is not getting behind this. This is something different. This is something unheard of. Three brothers, first of all, throwing their own card.
Well, we're gonna get behind it. We didn't know it's
That's
happening.
true.
You know,
but sometimes you gotta display it. You gotta show it sometimes for them to come. Ain't no big deal. We all started out that way. You have a great idea, you're doing something, the most positive thing ever. People don't believe it until they see you execute it.
Well, I'm gonna say something else on that note. Okay. Our DB3 nonprofit.
Really?
December 22nd was our first, and when I was praying about God, how you want me to come back into this, that was the first idea, give back. And I didn't even have nothing. Right. But our DB3 nonprofit, me and my brothers, we had a DB3 community day, December 22nd, right before Christmas. Right. Gave out toys, clothes, food, everything for free, haircuts, hairstyles, girls got their nails done, bounce house up. Wow. It was amazing. We had the youth dancers in that joint. We had a youth band in that joint going crazy. Like over 2,000 people showed up, and everybody got something. People was coming back and getting extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? The next day, it carried over to the next day. We went out to projects and gave out more stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Now you make a
that's
good
a
point,
part of our DB3 nonprofit. You know what I'm saying? People, the boxing world know about that. Because I've seen people posting and stuff like that. Another thing that we did for the community, when I fought in the MSG, you know, we had a bus trip, 50-passenger bus.
That's something that people don't be talking about too. Like I said, they be loud as hell about your shortcomings. Still to this day, people bring up the little scuffle in the locker room, and I get it, but at the end of the day, he's moved on past that, and he's done several things in an effort to move past that to show that he's grown and giving back to the community, looking out for the people, but it don't get talked about enough.
Trip for free. All you got to do is sign up and go, like a free trip to New York.
From Virginia?
Yes.
Just your last fight?
Yes.
And everybody got tickets to the fight?
No, if you had a ticket, go to the fight. If you didn't have a ticket, just get a trip to New York. Go out there, shop, go watch the fight at a bar instead of going out, which you usually do, go to New York and get a whole free trip. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing that we actually did for free for the community. And we got another event coming up. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be in March 17th through the 20th. My brother's going to be in training camp, so I'm going to like... Kelvin and Keon. Kelvin headline, Keon co-main.
Okay.
So I'm going to 2 high schools and talking to the entire 12th grade class, like, per day. So I'm going to two high schools in Norfolk, 2 in Virginia Beach, 2 in Chesapeake. Like, I'm just keep trying to touch the entire community. That's part of our DB3 nonprofit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's crazy.
We really try to do something every month, different but organic. You know what I'm saying? So I just hope the boxing world can get behind that. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like, we're fighters, and at the end of the day, the people that's really supporting you is your community.
Right.
So what's the most smartest way of giving back? Through a nonprofit. But it's organic, and it's also coming from what you want to do. What do you want to do to actually give back and touch your people?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm really kind of like trying to, bro, this is what we should be doing.
You ain't gonna get the attention of the whole boxing world, but those that care about those things, they will latch on. And you'll see. Just like anything in life, when you're going through something tough, you see who the real ones are. You know what I mean? I hate to use that word real ones, but in reality,
it's a real.
The ones that love you.
Yeah, you see who the ones that love you, respect you, and care.
The truth will always be
Because
revealed.
you can have some fake dudes that love you.
I'm pretty sure you've had some.
Or dudes that really don't know what love is. They love themselves, though.
Yeah, tight.
Well, I want to talk a little bit of boxing because last night I was upset because I really wanted to see Hitchens versus Duarte.
Everybody, yep.
That was one of the most reasons why I wanted to be here. You know what I mean? And that fight didn't happen. How did that sit with you? What were your thoughts on that?
They gonna hate me, bro. They gonna hate me. Bro, put it like this. In real time, when decisions was being made, I know what was going on.
You're gonna have to explain.
I'm not, though, because I'm off the strength of who I love, I ain't gonna speak on it. But how I feel about him actually pulling out, scary. Let's talk about my big brother. My big brother, his last fight, he was weight drained. Like, real life weight drained. And
he was
still got that ring and fought. Nair Albright, which is a hell of a fighter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Chris Eubank, weight drained, still got in there and fought.
Yeah, they don't like talking about the good cut, man. It don't make the headlines. But I just like to be transparent, like, and I like, I think holding people accountable is always fine, right? I think that needs to be, necessary, for everybody to hold themselves accountable and shit like that. But definitely when they doing it the right way or they making moves to make themselves a better individual, that needs to be highlighted as well, not just the criticism when they mess up, right? And that's how you see it with boxing. They mess up, people be super loud. Start, you get back on the up and everything looking good. It's like, ain't nothing to see here. It's crazy. Yeah, man. It's crazy, man. It's wild. He said he want that get back too, Shower.
Rolly Romero, when he fought Isaac Cruz, weight drain, still got in there and fought.
Now, the Chris Eubank, though, he fights at 160. I hate that people say that.
But he still, all right, well,
that was his fault.
Chris Eubank aside.
But then again, all these people fight at that weight class, so they weight drain. Fine.
They there for too long.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So weight drain, like, on top of that.
So you're saying it wasn't a sickness. You're saying that it was probably because he was weight drained. That's what you're saying.
Let's talk about track history. I love when Jay Pritch say that. Let's talk about track history. Africa track history, Xavier Matias. Why you never fought him, bro?
He said it wasn't presented to him. It was presented to him too early, and then it was taken away. And then when he was...
What's too early?
When he was like, I don't know, when he was real young in the game. It was presented to him too early, but it really didn't go that far. That's what he told us.
Why he ain't fight me?
Was that opportunity ever there?
Yes.
It was presented?
Yes. I don't know. Maybe he felt like your name wasn't there yet because last time he spoke to us, he said, Keyshawn building his name up. He got a big name now.
So why when we was... Hold on. Why when we was like, come on, bro. Like, I see through this. I really know, but anyway.
Yeah, he said he want that get back.
No, hold on.
You ain't going to convince me unless you...
Let me break it down. Go ahead. Why when we had that face-off where we was hollering at each other, he said, let's fight in your hometown. Let's fight in your hometown.
Right.
Why would you want to fight in my hometown? You the champion. Answer that. Because he know it's going to sell out. Oh, yeah. We can't take you. What, you going to take me to the Hulu Theater? We can't go to the big MSG in your town. But we're going to go somewhere where it sells out at, but I'm not the big enough star, though. Explain that to me.
New York is different, man. New York is different.
How in New York is different?
No, time out. You got your city, you got your city.
Time out, right. My city love me. Shouts out to 757. But look, though, at the end of the day, Shakur Tio is not from New York, and they just sold 20,000 tickets.
Oh, that's a good point.
That's a good point.
So I'm not trying to hear that. Africa.
Even Bud sold tickets in New York.
The
Talk to him, Key.
Seize your game, bro.
Hey, we're going to take it to the Hulu.
There's no more hiding, bro. It's really time for you to really fight somebody and stop acting scary. If you're not scared, stop acting scary. You know what I'm saying? Your persona right now, and I'm being real with you, because you, like you said, we slept head to toe together. You wouldn't fight certain people because you really cool with them. and you know I would say this in front of your face, your persona right now in the boxing game is scary. Stop acting scary and fight somebody, bro. Fight somebody that's really worth something. You had a chance, you had a real chance to fight me, and you pulled out. And I ain't jumped down his throat about that. And I don't even like him, honestly. But, bro, stop acting scary, bro, and you talk a good game, and you don't back it up. Coming from a guy that talks a good game, and my track history shows that I back it up. So I can talk like this right now.
Was there a decent offer?
Africa, stop acting scary. If you're not scared, stop acting like that.
Do you feel like the offer was suffice when that was the fight against you was presented to Africa? Was it a good offer financially?
Yes. Way more than what he's about to make.
No, but he told us what it was. It was 1.7. He said,
but I said
that was stupid. That was stupid for him to take 1.7.
He said he started at 3, but he would have took a little less. I think vaguely that's what the conversation was about.
I mean, but also during the years he's been calling out T.O. before he fought Shakur.
I've been calling out T.O.
And Devin. So
I'm calling out Devin now.
No, I'm just saying though, he's not acting scary. He's calling out these guys. He just wasn't calling you out. That doesn't mean that he didn't want those big fights though.
No, he's acting scary. Why you ain't fight Sabre Matias and me? These are real fighters that will really get on you and really do something to you.
Mm-hmm.
T.O., no.
He did beat the guy that beat Matias first.
Paro?
Yeah.
Paro. Yeah.
You gotta talk, bro. You gotta talk. You saying a lot though, but I don't know. I want to hear it.
Bro, Paru, bro.
You gotta say it.
Paru, bro. Paru. He beat Paru. He beat Cambosis. He beat Cambosis.
Paro beat Matias, bro. Come on. That says something.
Styles make fights, bro.
I know that.
Africa do not want to fight no gritty fighter, period. Let's talk about that. Africa don't want to fight no gritty fighter. The reason why he pulled out of this one, track history.
You think he went all the way to the day of and then pull out?
I know.
Because he don't want to fight the
He's
guy?
supposed to think. I know. Africa, stop acting scary, bro. Stop acting scary.
I don't think Africa's scary, man, but I do think to avoid some of the situations that he's been in, I think 47 could answer that, could eliminate some of them issues, worried about not being 100%. You know what I'm saying? Go up, man.
Scary.
You
You scared, right? Okay, stop acting like it.
Though.
I know what happened, bro.
Duarte.
Again, I'm sparing him, right? I'm still sparing this man.
You're not really sparing him.
No, I'm sparing because if I say what I
So it wasn't no food poisoning. Like, it's safe to say that in your opinion. Now, Duarte is a tough, forward type of hard-hitting fighter.
But he signed up to fight him, bro.
I know. So, and also, wait, Keyshawn, like, training, you losing out on a payday,
laughing, bro. Stop laughing with your secrets, bro. He got his secrets laughing. He over here laughing with his secrets.
Listen, Keyshawn, what about the money he was about to get paid? And you losing out on, who's going to want to lose out on a payday, right? Like, after 2 months of training?
See, I would respect if, like, you know, it's a rehydration clause for IBF.
That's true.
So I would respect if the fact that he can't make that weight. Okay, well, if he don't make that weight, then put the pressure on Oscar Duarte to see if he's going to pull out.
Oh.
Take some of your bag and you still get paid and the fight still go on.
And you give up the strap.
You literally just pulled out. I don't respect that. You won't throwing up. Cut it out. You won't throwing up. You ain't get no food poisoning. Where? Nigga, we're in America. How you get food poisoning? All of a sudden, the day of the fight. Stop playing, bro. Make it make sense. If it was me, I would have not made the rehydration clause weight. You already made weight at the weigh-ins. Right. I would not made that weight. Also, the narrative was he looks weight drained. That was the narrative. He looks weight drained. So if you come in the next morning, you can't make it that way. Duh, we already know you're weight drained. So put the pressure back on Oscar Duarte.
See if you want the fight.
Yeah.
Now you just pull it out. Again, if you're not scared, it just makes yourself look scary.
So you're saying he should have just ate, didn't care about the next weigh-in, lose that strap, and then fight Duarte. If Duarte say, yeah, I still want to fight.
You're still getting paid, bro.
Right.
And at the end of the day, when it's fight night and when it's all said and done, you look good, you beat him up, everybody's going to forget about all that. You just beat up Oscar Duarte in amazing fashion. At the end of the day.
You think he would have won?
If he went in there feeling good, yeah.
Yeah.
So you do respect him as a fighter? Like, do you think he's a skilled fighter? Or do you?
I think he's a skilled fighter.
He called you. He said you got everything. You the package or something like that.
I think he's a skilled fighter.
Right.
For sure. I think he's skillful.
Yeah.
I just think he got heart problems.
Medical or nah?
Shit, probably both.
So there's certain fighters that he won't want to touch.
He don't like them gritty fighters, bro. He don't like fighting no gritty fighters. Devin Haney don't either. Devin Haney don't want to fight no gritty fighter.
I'm glad you brought up Devin because you're very adamant about the call out. You were smooth, calm. I want Devin Haney.
Who said medical?
Is there any history that we don't know about?
Nah, I don't really have a history with Devin. That is weird because I do got more history with Bill. Bill, when I was like coming up in the game, Bill always used to be like, oh, the businessman. Like he showed me amazing love. And Devin Haney was just the one that just act like he couldn't see me, which I knew like, oh, you probably scared of me. Oh, you probably got something to it. I don't know what it was. But I never seen Bill show me so much love and Devin didn't. Like it was always like the same thing. But when it came to me, it was different. But now that is weird because now it's like, damn. Like, I'm gonna be totally honest. Like, one time on Twitter, like back in, this like a little personal, but like, he called me a B-word one time on Twitter. And I'm like, you grown as hell, why you even coming at a kid like that? But I'm like, all right, but I respect you differently now, you know? And ever since then, I just looked at them differently, like, okay, bet. When I get myself in a real opportunity, I'm gunning for y'all. Super gunning for y'all. And when I see him at the weigh-ins, I don't remember back then. I just remember him saying that.
Right.
But I seen him at the weigh-ins for MSG.
Right.
I seen Bill. I walked up to Bill because we was DMing each other.
Right.
I walked up to Bill. I said what I said, and he told me to stand on it. And I said, after I knock Jermaine out, we gonna fight, right?
Yeah.
I said that purposely because I'm the same person that was telling Jay Prince, after I knock Jermaine out, they not gonna wanna fight me. They gonna be like, nah. So I said that purposely to him. After I knocked Jermaine out, you gonna fight me, right?
You
He
said
said,
Devin.
I said,
No, he said it to
Bill.
Bill.
Okay.
He said, yeah, be a man of your word and stand on it.
Yeah, he did say that.
Why I ain't get no call out? Why I ain't get no, we ain't reaching out? And I know what's going on in real time too. They really don't want to fight me, bro. Which I understand. If I was in another man position seeing me, I probably wouldn't fight me neither. Thank God I'm me. Right? Thank God I'm me.
I'm the guy.
Thank God I'm
Like,
me.
who, if I'm not mistaken, who called me out since I fought? Honestly. Who was like, I want to fight him? You feel what I'm saying? So I understand what's going on out here. They woke now. They woke. But nah, Devin, don't go pick on Xander. I can go fight Xander. Don't go pick on Xander.
But hold up, and Devin
pick on me.
14 pounds up to
pick
fight.
on me.
But hold up. We got to give credit to Devin for fighting Loma. You know what I'm saying? He has been calling everybody out. He fought Ryan.
You talking about the guy that fought Loma, that fought Jermaine Ortiz, had a good fight with him? That's what you talking about?
No, I'm saying still Lomachenko.
It's still
You
Loma,
talking about
though.
the guy that fought Jermaine Ortiz and had a good fight with him? That's what you talking about?
Yes, brother.
Round by round? Actually, in the beginning of the fight, he was losing? That's what you talking about?
Would you admit
Okay,
this?
cool.
Hold
He
on,
fought
hold on.
Loma.
Hold on.
But I'm crazy out here saying I'm really better than these guys,
No,
though.
I'm not saying you're not, but listen. Can
not
you
trying to
admit
hit
that
that, bro.
Loma was one of the best fighters in the world?
In the moment,
Two
yes.
Olympic gold medals.
There you go,
So he
bro.
still was.
But he ain't better than me, though. That's what's going on in your head.
I get what you're
He's
saying.
not me, gang.
I'm talking about when he fought him. You weren't around. You weren't in that.
I was around.
Nah,
No, but you
can't
weren't in a position
we
to
can't
fight
say
at that
Devin
point.
ducking. We can't say Devin
He
ducking.
Okay, I can't say that.
because he's already has a track record of fighting those fights. That's it. He's fighting Ryan,
Bro, them niggas,
Loma.
let me bring
He
something down
fought-
to you.
he fought
Linares.
And all respect to you,
Come
Devin,
on,
because
Linares.
y'all are great businessmen over there. But, bro, they know exactly what they're doing. The reason why they try to go up and get another champion at 54, right? You better choose Xander. You better choose Xander. Like, they know how to pick them, gang. Think about me. Let's talk about my track history. I didn't have to fight Limos. Tyring had a whole nother opponent on the table. I fought Limos. I chose Limos. I didn't have to fight De Los Santos. I chose De Los Santos. These guys out here really choosing fighters that they really know they can beat. I can beat everybody, so I'm choosing anybody. That's the difference. Like, y'all need to wake up, bro. Like, I'm really out here trying to fight any and everybody, bro. No cap. They can't. Nobody beat me. I'm the best in this sport, and I'm trying to show that. Let me show it, Devin.
So if there's no Devin, obviously you're not fighting Shakur, and you think Hitchens don't want to fight you, then who is there?
Hitchens about to go to 147. The only person I'm going to 147 for is Devin Haney.
Really?
If he just stay at 140, I was gonna gun for him too, though. Not gonna hold you.
Right. But what about Ryan Garcia? He's a champion with a big name. He just
he got a lot of speculation around his name right now. I'm not
DEEBO,
fucking with
what
Ryan
you
Garcia.
mean?
He got a lot of speculation. Like shit. I just want things to be.
What do you think about his performance?
It was a good performance, great one actually.
Yeah.
So when you say speculation, you talking about something similar that we already saw happen.
Yeah.
You're referring to that.
Yup. And I ain't scared to talk about it. I fought somebody on steroids, and that joint ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying he
but is
is
it
on
cool
that.
to speculate
I'm not saying you
without,
are on that, but it's just speculations, and I'm not trying to be a part of that.
Is it cool to speculate without proof, though? Because what if it happens to you? Not the steroid thing, but anything. Any kind of speculation.
They always was saying that I didn't look like I was on it.
That's you, the Oopa Loopa, the Diesel Oopa Loopa.
I'm saying
that's your fault.
You're doing a strong out there, extra strong.
I'm strong. I don't know, bro.
Stop Ortiz.
Somebody coming in right now.
I'm saying, they been pissed. They been test me, bro. Ain't nothing come back, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The only thing I got popped for was marijuana. And that was before the Pedraza fight. That was way long ago. You know what I'm saying? So, like, bro, like, come on,
So if
bro.
you felt that it was an even playing field, you would fight Ryan?
Yes.
Do you think he would be your toughest opponent to date?
We gotta see when we get in there.
Right.
I thought Jermaine was gonna be like hard in the beginning, then I was gonna loosen him up. But that joint was easy.
He got good defense usually.
It was easy.
Yeah, that was an impressive win, bro.
It was.
I gotta say.
Thank you.
Like, and
Thank
you know, after that, I said, all right, we got to start talking about Keyshawn being on this pound-for-pound list, like high on that list. And I know that there's still a lot more to accomplish accolades-wise.
You're sure right.
But when you watching,
yeah, and that's how the pound-per-pound list used to be. It used to be based off eye tests. So according to the eye test, you that guy. You that guy that remind me of Terrence Crawford.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Who could box and bang. Terrence used to box. They used to say, dang, Terrence, why you boxing all the time? You're not getting nobody out.
Is that the iPhone 12? You making money now. Come on. Can we get the 17 in there?
Bro, I don't care about no dang on phones, bro. I can get on social media, call, answer text. Bro, I do not care about my phone cracked up, bro. I don't care about the phone, bro.
What you spend the most of your money on? What would you spend a whole lot of money on? Vacation, property, clothes? What do you spend most of your money on?
That's actually a real great question. A whole lot of money. For real, I'm at a point where I wanna save a lot so I can invest a lot.
Okay.
With smart investments, honestly. Like I'm working on like a lot of saving right now. But I do have property being built in Dallas.
Nice. Congrats.
And,
to live there?
Nah, to new build to sell.
Okay, to sell.
And what I'm trying to say, spending money for this April 4th fight to make it back.
Your own money.
You know what I'm saying?
Investing in yourself and your
my
family.
nonprofit, put money into my nonprofit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, so I don't got to pay the IRS.
Have you been able to retire your mom yet?
She don't work, man. She just got on vacation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all I do is pay her, not all I do, but I pay her bills, so she, you know what I'm saying?
But when did that happen? After what fight were you able to do
Since
that?
I went pro.
Really?
Yes, bro.
From the beginning?
Yes, bro. Since, like, after the Olympics
That's
and
why
stuff,
he was a businessman.
I always make sure she was straight, but I ain't gonna lie. Like, my next goal for my mother to do, for me to do for my mother, is like to buy her like build her up a house. Like, build her a house. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my goal for sure.
People who come from the Olympics, especially when they win medals, they usually tend to make more from the beginning. So Caleb Plant said he made $1,500 his first fight. I think Floyd made $1,500. I think his.
No,
I forgot what
Floyd was
Floyd
an
said.
Olympic.
No, 25,000 or something. I forgot what he made, but I'll look it up. But how much you made for your first fight?
My very first fight, like
and that was before the Olympics, actually.
That was $6,000.
$6,000
around. 6,000.
Damn,
That's more than an average person make for football.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Your first fight was a 6th round?
Yeah, I fought in the zone, Canelo versus Yerdon.
I remember, we was there. We was there.
Yeah.
But when you came back from the Olympics, did your purse increase?
75,000.
Oh.
Yeah.
So your last fight before the Olympics, how much was that?
6,000.
Damn!
That's a big jump. That's a big jump. That's crazy. You worked with Matchroom for a second with Eddie Hearn. I don't know how many fights did you do with Eddie?
3, I think, right?
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was that experience like?
Bro, I love Eddie, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, Eddie always showed me love, bro. And Frankie Smith. You know, they always showed me love, and they still show me love to this day. Last time we was together, like, all three of us, we was at the Andy Cruz and Ray Mortai fight, and it was the same thing, bro. Like, show me love. Yeah, bro.
Speaking of Eddie, let's talk about this now. There's another guy that used to fight at welterweight, went up to middleweight, but now he wants to come back to welterweight. And he used to work with Eddie. Conor Benn just signed to Zuffa Boxing. I don't know if you saw the drama with,
I just seen him sign. I ain't know it was drama.
Right. Well, the drama is that he didn't call Eddie Hearn. You know, Eddie started him from the very beginning of his career, from the pro debut, and he said he had no idea that he was doing that. Eddie said he's hurt. He was like, I didn't even get a call after all I've been through. During your dark time, I was there. So, according to what people were saying, the offer from Zuffa was too much to offer, $15 million for one fight deal, if I'm not mistaken. Is he somebody you would want to see in a ring at welterweight?
Well, man, I want to talk about Eddie first. Like, Eddie, it seemed like you probably got the same, like, type of heart I got. You know, like, it's hard for us to keep personal stuff out of business. You know what I'm saying? And that's just because you're naturally a good guy. You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn about that, BJ, you know? After that, you know what I'm saying? I had to learn that. My big brother, Kelvin, told me this, too. He's like, man, at the end of the day, Keyshawn, like, you know who really love you, like, at the end of the day, so just...
Shout out to Key, man. He's giving Eddie his flowers, where a lot of people give Eddie a lot of flack about being a slime ball or whatever the case. But like I said, a lot of times, if you just listen to these fighters, man, you'll hear something different. You know what I'm saying? You'll hear something totally different. And it's no different, man. Keyshawn is another one to kind of give Eddie Hearn some praise or his flowers, so to speak, man. I just think ultimately, like, all these guys, they have reputations. So in order for you to sustain your reputation or be to build and have a solid one where people trust you and want to do business with you, you have to do right by fighters. You get what I'm saying? But I think in business, no one situation, nobody has, fighters where every situation works out and none of it go south. You know what I'm saying? So it was everybody up. But now, Key, it's funny. It's funny that you said that, yo. Shout out to Israel, like, for life. What's good, fam? 704 Joe. What's good with it? How much money you got? What you spend it on? Yeah. I know. Yeah, those they just be curious, man. Dudes be just curious. You know what I mean? But I get it. Shout out to 704 Joe. But this was a good interview from Akim Barak. Shout out to Keyshawn, man. Good stuff. There's about 21 minutes of that left, but we're gonna move on because I didn't want to keep you out here too long. I wanted to respond to my girl Shower sent me a clip that I did have it. I checked it in here about Shakur Stevenson's performance and which one was more dominant. Was it Ryan or Shakur? And Gary Antoine Russell was on the Porterway podcast. Not Gary Antoine, Misty Gary Russell was on the Porterway podcast. And this is the clip. Let's get to it.
Great question is, which shutout was better? The Shakur Stevenson shutout over Teofimo Lopez or the Ryan Garcia shutout over Mario Barrios?
Well, Ryan's was more spectacular because he dropped him and hurt him multiple times, but Shakur's came against a higher level opponent.
Yeah.
There you go. And to be honest with you, and it's no shot at Shakur, but I honestly don't feel as though he did anything special in that fight. I feel as though all he did was control the distance and range, and he won the fight with a jab.
I don't give a damn what he did.
He did it. So
no, I disagree with that.
So listen
to me. Listen.
Did he know he threw no body shots?
No, he did.
Hooks, no, he did. No, nothing. He won that fight.
I disabled you from doing any and everything that you might be able to do.
That's true.
To make me, force me to do anything. That's sexy.
Not just with a jab, though.
Yeah,
it's sexy when you start mixing that shit in.
Yeah, that's true.
He did it with just a jab. He would jab, back up. Jab, back up. He won the fight doing that.
Yeah, why are you taking the steam off of the fight?
I'm just telling you.
But now all of a sudden, I don't feel like this ain't as sexy as I thought it was.
I'm just saying. If you really pay attention.
She walked by once, I was like, you can't walk by now. Like,
for Jay, he wasn't catching him with a whole bunch of left hands. Well, he wasn't throwing no body shots, no uppercuts, maybe a hook here and there. He won that fight throwing a fucking jab.
Yeah.
He ain't throwing that no combination.
But you a man that come from intellect.
I'm with you. I'm not saying that it wasn't smart.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is it wasn't, to me, it wasn't special. All he did was throw a fucking jab.
Right. Now, look, Gary, man, I respect it. He do it. So I always say this. I give people that grace. I understand that he do this for a living, right? Gary, you box for a living, man. So I know your assessment is going to be different. A lot of people will say what you saying sounds like hate because you like he ain't do nothing special. He just wanted to fight with a jab. And yeah, he was jab heavy. He was jab dominant. You know, I think he landed 100 and something jabs. That was a career high for him. But like Sean Porter said, that was my first time listening to the clip. That's what Sean Porter in full. You know what I'm saying? I know I heard the first part. That was enough for me. I already knew Gary sitting there. I already knew it was going to be something. But look, man, like Sean Porter said, if I get in the ring with the best guy that I'm fighting to date and I turn off all the shit that he do well and don't allow him to do nothing, and I'm able to do that with just a jab, what you mean it ain't do nothing special? You know how damn talented you got to be to turn off a guy's best attributes, everything he does well with just a jab. So I'm a level with you. I ain't even about to argue with you. I think it's special the way he beat him, right? Sometimes we always looking for a bunch of punches to be thrown, but Shakur is about efficiency, not flash. That's just not part of his game. And I ain't saying Gary is saying he had to be flashy, but I get it. But you just seen him put punches together like that against Zepeda. So you know he's capable. But I guess against this particular guy, he brought the necessary tools for the job and he disarmed him doing it consistently. He beat him round after round. That's spectacular. That is special. You get what I'm saying? Gary, fight the best person you ever been in the ring with and win just with a jab. And then tell me how it's not special. Go get in there, and when you're fighting the best opposition you've been in there with to date, don't do nothing. Win just like Shakur did. Just throw the jab. Don't do nothing else. Don't mix nothing else in and see if you can win just throwing the jab. So again, it's multiple ways to look at it. It's not that Gary's wrong. He has his assessment. He a boxer. I get it. But man, I think it's special when you can disarm somebody with just a jab. You beat somebody, the best person you've ever been in the ring with just a jab. Like, you neutralized the hell out of him, turned off his best attributes, and just made him look like y'all wasn't even on the same level, and you did it for 12 rounds. Do you know how difficult that is? Get in there and just beat somebody with a jab in first gear. Get in there like your facts read. Get in there in first gear and beat a guy and dominate him like that. And then tell me how it's not easy. So I get it, or how it's not spectacular. I get it, man. Y'all be looking for Shakur to do this and that. And yeah, I think he could have put better punches together. Or should I say more punches together and put more hands on him? That's always the case. But, that performance was special. He ain't had to do nothing spectacular. I mean, beating Teofimo that convincingly when people were saying how it was a competitive fight, how Teo more athletic, how people were saying Teo was a bad style matchup for Core. All those different talking points made it special, the way he beat him, because of the way people thought going into the fight. Yeah, it was people that knew Shakur would beat him or, beat him convincingly. Yeah, those people exist. You know what I'm saying? But there were a lot of people that thought it was going to be competitive. It was going to be Shakur's toughest fight. It was going to be close. It was going to be 50-50 in the ring, and it wasn't none of that. So I think beating a guy with a jab like the way he did it is pretty special. You know what I mean? Beating Teofimo that convincingly with not even having to go fully in your toolbox is impressive. And I'm willing to go out on a limb to say you probably will never see Teofimo get beat that way again in his career. You probably won't see that. So, you know what I mean? Look, shout out to Gary. He a tough critic. You get me saying? He's a tough critic, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. He's a tough critic, but your brother just had a really tough fight. So I don't know if Andy Hiroka was supposed to be the best guy that your brother fought to date, but he didn't look his best in that fight. He didn't look spectacular. He didn't do anything spectacular in that fight. Shakur beating Teo was more impressive than Gary beating Andy Hiroka this past weekend. No disrespect. You get me? Shakur beating Teo is more impressive than what Gary Antoine Russell just did in his last fight with Andy Hiroka. He missed a lot of jabs. He was throwing air jabs. He was missing, whiffing a lot. I mean, you know what I mean? It's easy to criticize Shakur's performance, but when y'all was up at bat, it wasn't too easy for y'all neither. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't too easy for y'all either, but Shakur made T.O. easy work. So, and he did it without even all the tools. I think that's what made it special. So, if you talking about excitement, yeah, he could have put more punches together. It's Gary's on point with that. You know what I mean? As far as that, but sometimes, man, you just do what you need to do and get the win. It's about winning, and that's what Shakur is. He's a winner in every sense of the word, and he ain't gonna really give you opportunities to beat him. Straight like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he wants Shakur last. Right. Yeah. Notice he doing all that talking, but they ain't talking about fighting him next. They ain't talking about fighting him next. Reef, you get me? T.O. might be finished. Yeah, mentally he cooked. We're gonna get into T.O. because he had a little 11-minute video where he was talking about some stuff. He was talking about Haney, and we got Regis responding to, you know, this announcement that the fight was announced between them. So we're gonna get in that. I'm gonna save it for tomorrow, for Friday. I might come on a little earlier than 4. We're going to make it happen. But look, shout out to everybody in the building, man. Always a dope build. We got an announcement with Conor Benn and Regis Prograis at 150. You know what I'm saying? April 11th, Keyshawn Davis did a good interview with Akin Barak. He has since called out Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach sound like he with the fight. They exchanged pleasantries, if you will. Look, I just want to see whatever fights that present themselves for these guys and that whatever makes sense. My motto is the same. I just want to see good fights. And we're gonna get into DEEBO Dev tomorrow too, because it looked like his options could be potentially drying up, man. He gonna be forced to make a move sooner or later. He gonna be forced to take a less than stellar fight at 47, possibly, or move to 54 with the way the landscape is unfolding, the way these pieces on the chessboard are moving, man. It's looking crazy. It's looking diffy. You get me? So shout out to everybody in the building, man. I appreciate the love. Gary Antoine Rush versus Pitbull. That'd be a funny fight too, man. Didn't sound ultra positive about Antoine versus Andy before the fight on like 3 interviews, right? Sounded a little iffy, right, Shawa? And now that's why he talked about Andy Hiroko got the tools to beat Shakur, man. Anybody could be beat, but just because he gave your brother that kind of fight don't mean he's going to beat Shakur. I don't see it, but whatever. You know what I mean? We'll see, or we won't. You know what I mean? But the future is bright for boxing, man. You got Conor Benn and Regis Prograis. They trying to sacrifice my boy. Regis, hang tough, prepare, be on point, be in shape, and try to knock his ass out, man. But that's my time for the day, man. Much love, much appreciation to everybody rocked out. Hit the like button that pulled up. Stay to the end of the show. Much love, much appreciation, man. Shout out to everybody for the support, man. And we'll be back tomorrow to build on this boxing, y'all. So with that, we can get up out of here, y'all. Peace.
Representing Brick City, Shakur!
Finding those levels, too. Look at that 4-punch combination. It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing. A masterclass. And Shakur meeting them with straight left hand.
Oh, and there's a knockdown scored with the left hand.
Right now, we're going to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother, Just